I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I never knew. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. heard.
thank you very much in behalf of our team, in behalf of everyone behind Tradewings, our team in the office. We thank you very, very much. Marami pong salamat.
Okay, so good evening, everyone, and welcome to my channel, Dr. Ria Liza. And as usual, I'm always at your service. And this channel is meant to promote the feminine genius advocacy. So that is why our membership packages are the attributes of a feminine genius. We have humility, kindness, patience, good character, industry, virtue, piety, and devotion. And as a feminine genius, I spread lessons and insights by featuring people from my personal network from any gender to share their personal journeys, their challenges, and their breakthroughs. Listening to others people's story is called humility, and sharing is called generosity. We are somehow influenced by the stories which we can apply in our own lives, thereby making ourselves live life to the fullest. So I hope that you will be inspired by our wonderful guest tonight. Let me first introduce my co-host, Ella Once. Hi, Ella.
Hello, Ma'am Ria. Good evening. Hello to your guest, your beautiful guest. Good evening po, ma'am. And to the viewers of Dr. Ria Lisa, good evening. Once again, this is Ella Once. I am the moderator of Dr. Ria Lisa's channel. So every Saturday, I am her co-host. So enjoy watching, guys, kasi every time po na may guest po si Dr. Ria Lisa, um, very exciting po yung mga matututunan natin from the guests. And of course, meron din kaming exciting din na papinoy henyo po later after po ng discussions with the guests. So, stay tuned in kasi marami pa pong mga challenging po na ipapagawa natin, no, sa ating guest mamaya after ng kanyang. May pa-challenge po kasi si Ma'am Ria sa ating guest. Kaya yun yung nagpapa-excite lalo sa mga viewers after ng Pinoy Henyo. So, enjoy watching and back to you, Ma'am Ria.
Okay. Eh, tinakot mo yung guest. Tinakot mo. Ano ba yung patutulayin ba natin siya sa sa lubid or what? Fire dance? Okay, so thank you, Ella1. So please, ang mga guests kasi natin talaga nagte-take down ng notes, no? Ang maganda kasi pag Pinoy Henyo, that's giving emphasis to a very to the things that our guests discussed. Meron kami lahat notes dito. Sana bigyan natin pinaka-kompleto notes, bigyan natin ng award at the end of the year.
Award, oo ma'am. Ayan ha, mag-a-award si Ma'am Ria sa mga pinakamaraming notes.
Okay, so welcome to today's episode. The Feminine Genius meets the Feminine Travel Geek. This woman traveled to and explored 103 countries, Ella.
Wow, China
103
oil.
countries. Yeah.
103.
She is the managing director of Tradewings Tours and Travel Corporation, also a board of director of the Carmelite College of Siquijor, a graduate of tourism from the University of Sto Tomas, and finished an online digital marketing course from Columbia University. My classmate, actually, my batchmate.
Wow.
From the elementary, where we both went to Espiritu Santo Parochial School. So without further ado, let me introduce our special friend, Miss Grace Zablan-Axalan. Hi, Grace.
Okay, hello. Do you hear me
Yes.
well? Malinaw ba? Okay,
Yes,
salamat
malinaw.
for the introduction. Thank you very much for inviting me over. And actually, this is my first time to be in this kind of platform. So normally, Zoom kasi yung ginagawa ko. So sabi ko, StreamYard, wow, it's a new thing for me. But anyway, thank you for giving me the opportunity to be with you tonight, especially to you, Dr. Ria Centeno, which is my batchmate nga. If not for the love of Ria, baka natutulog na ako ngayon.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because
Late
normally
night.
like it's 9 o'clock, 9:30. Yeah, oo, tulog na ako. So anyway, maraming
Grace,
salamat
before
for
inviting
inviting me over.
and for your information, Grace, no, this is the first time, and also Ella once, this is the first time that we are simulcast at Facebook. Okay, so
Okay.
we
Yeah.
are also now live sa FB, Facebook page of the Feminine Genius. Okay, so trial lang,
Okay.
Ella, trial. So let's see how we will move on.
Mas
Actually,
nakaka-pressure yan.
I will
Okay,
check.
Mas nakaka-pressure.
oo. We will
Hindi,
leave you
ma'am.
now on the floor.
Okay.
We will leave you now on the floors for your discussion.
Okay.
The floor is
So,
yours now, Grace.
okay, thank you, Doctora. Thank you so much to your also beautiful co-host. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I will just make cuento of my personal journey as a travel enthusiast. I don't want to call myself a travel geek because travel geek is someone that is expert. Me, I'm not an expert. I'm not a travel expert. I'm just a person interested in traveling, absorbed into traveling. So yeah, I'd rather call myself as a travel enthusiast. So during the presentation, during the slide presentation, what I'm gonna do is that uh, I'll just tell you stories of my personal experience. That's why it's called my personal journey. It's all based on my personal experience. So I will just share to you the knowledge that I had through my journey and whatever learnings that I was able to get during this journey. And I hope that one way or the other, after this presentation, you would somehow learn a bit from it, and I would be very happy if like we have 10 or 20 there's just one person that can be able to absorb what I'm sharing, I'd be happy to have that. So anyway, we go to next slide. Wait. Okay. Ayaw mag-next slide. Ayan na. So, wait. Wait. Okay. This is it. Sorry. Anyway, okay. So we're done with that. So first, I'd like to go on the backgrounder, where I grew up, elementary and high school, and then college. Where I grew up, actually, I didn't come from a well-off family. So my father and mother, I don't know if you are aware of that place. I grew up in Tambunting. It's in actually in Avenida. It's a squatter area actually. So that's where I grew up. That's where my parents are raising me, apparently. So we have this fear of being kicked out from the lot where our house is. Every day, I remember, not naman every day, but like at least once a year, my mom will have a meeting with the NHA and checking if we will be evicted from the lot that where our house is standing. So yeah, that is the scenario when I was growing up. So there's like there's uncertainty of like the place, the place or the house that we're living. So hindi namin sure kung baka bukas paalisin na kami ng may-ari ng lupa, etc. So yeah, that's the scenario when I was growing up. Now elementary and high school, this is where I'm proud of my parents, because even with such condition, even like when we were in a squatter area, they were able to send me in a private school. Imagine that. Because normally, like someone from that area, the nearest public school would be, I'm not sure if some of you can relate or know the area, is Calderon, FG Calderon in Abad Santos. So that's the nearest school that I could have landed. Kasi nga, with the situation that we are having. But fortunately, yung nanay ko, I think at that time, she believes in education, in good education. That's why even if it's hard, even if it's difficult, she tried bringing me to a good school. Even if it's just a parochial school, I really appreciate it, like going into a parochial, a Catholic school. So that is where I went into elementary and high school. That's Espiritu Santo. Diyan ko classmate si Dr. Ria. Diyan kami, I think, si Dr. Ria, marami siyang award siguro nung high school kami, pero ako, loyalty award lang ako. Wala akong award doon, kundi loyalty award. Because I remember when I was elementary, I was still doing my remedial classes. Kasi nga, nagpe-fail yung mga subjects ko. Imagine, spelling lang yata ang nire-remedial ko noon, or reading. I don't know, but what's clear to me is that during elementary, I was having remedial classes. So elementary and high school, I took that in parochial school, which is Espiritu Santo, and that is in Tayuman. So it's a very, very good school. Naalala ko, takot kami sa mga madre. Ang tawag namin, sorry po sa mga may nakikinig, dumadating ng mga penguin. Kasi makikita mo sila, yung mga Dominican nuns, meron silang mahabang mahabang belo na kulay itim, tapos naka-cream sila na abit. So, pag nakikita namin sila, nako, yan na yung mga penguin, takot na kami. Kasi ano sila noon, stricto. But still, I really appreciate, being there, being in that school. And then college, another Dominican school, which is UST. So, after graduating high school, of course, without honors, because I just got, I think the loyalty award nga lang nakuha ko noong time na yon. But anyway, come college. But one thing, nag-remedial ako, pero hindi ako wala ako binagsak. Nakagraduate ako on time. That's what, yan, medyo proud ako doon. So, going college, Dominican school ulit, which is UST, and I took B.S Tourism in UST. So again, my mom, my parents, yan, tinrabaho talaga nila yan para makagraduate ako sa UST. I remember at that time, parang 21 units or 18 units yata, 7,000 pesos. Yun yung binabayaran ko. Kasi ako yung nag-enroll dahil sabi ng nanay ko, busy siya sa tindahan namin. Kaya dapat ako yung mag-enroll sa sarili ko. Kaya I was able to be not really independent, but to do things by myself as early as first year college. Ako na yung nag-enroll sa sarili ko. Hindi ako sinasamahan ng nanay ko. So that's how she tries to teach me to be very, very independent. So all this, growing up, elementary and high school and college, I think, ayun nga, there's proper and perfect timing for everything. There are stages in life, and these are the stages that I enjoyed being myself, enjoying my youth and its craziness without worries and without inhibitions. So these 3 years, I think, ang analysis ko sa kanya is that parang tamang time to for you to be able to enjoy being youth, being bata. Ma-enjoy mo kung ano ka, kung as teenager, as bata, yung mga kalokohan na dapat mong gawin. Buti na lang, my father is very strict as well. Medyo stricto rin siya. Kaya lang, ewan ko, medyo nalulusutan ko yung pagka-stricto niya. Kasi, nung college, medyo maloko rin ako eh. Sabi nga, it's just good thing I was blessed with four lovely daughters na hindi marunong, I don't know lang, hindi marunong mag-cut ng class at saka graduate with honors. Pero ako, nung time na yon, wala. Talagang ang ginawa ko is to really just enjoy the youthfulness, yung pagiging bata. So, that is the stage of my life na, yun nga, wala pang worry, wala kang inhibitions, you're like crazy and boldly doing things na hindi ka natatakot kung may mga sasabihin yung mga tao. So, yan ang aking first stage. So, remember, as I've said, sa squatter kami nakatira nung time na yon. So, ibig sabihin, kahit na ganun ang sitwasyon, kahit na with that kind of situation, I was able to enjoy everything. Looking back, I was able to enjoy everything. Naalala ko nga, lagi kong sinasabi minsan sa asawa ko, lalo na nung napanood ko yung Netflix sa Queen's Gambit. Kasi noon, wala pa naman iPad, diba? Wala pa namang mga kung ano-anong gadget. So, ang pastime namin noon is that yung maglaro ng goma or basta kayo sa mga kalaro nyo. So, nung time na yon, ako naman, ang hilig ko is maglaro ng chess with my uncles, with my dad, etc. Kaya yung Queen's Gambit, tuwang-tuwa ako sa kanya kasi nakaka-relate ako ng bata. So, yun yung pastime ko. Kahit dun nasa labas kami ng yung kalsada, tapos meron siyang silya lang doon, nakalagay doon yung chessboard. Yun na. Pagka meron ka na tinalo, tatayo, susunod ulit yung kalaban. So, ganun siya. So, all these things, I was able to enjoy it. That stage of my life, even if it's scarce, still, bata hindi mo alam yung hirap Hindi mo alam yung hirap ng dinadanas ng nanay at tatay mo. Siguro dahil hindi nila pinapakita sa'yo. Or siguro dahil hindi mo alam. But one thing is for sure, even with such situation, pasalamat ako at hindi din pinakita sa akin ng nanay at tatay ko kung paano yung kumita ng pera, etc. Hindi ko napansin yun sa kanila na ganun kahirap. Not until nung college na ako medyo, and then going to work while nag-work na. So, now, after college, so graduation na, etc., work experience, ito na. Nakilala ko na ang aking asawa. At nagkaroon ng mga dapat na hindi magkaroon. So, na hindi dapat magkaroon sa oras. Unexpectedly, 1990, I graduated. Tuwang-tuwa ang nanay ko at nakagraduate ako. Kahit pa rin walang honor, basta nakagraduate on time. So, tuwang-tuwa ang mother ko nun sa akin dahil nakahabol kami sa graduation. Although, actually, may storya pa yan before I graduate. Incomplete ako sa chem. So, 1 week before graduation, I saw my class cards. Meron ako isa na incomplete. So, I have to look for the house pa of that professor para signan niya. And then, sabi ko pa doon nung nanay ko, hinanap namin ng nanay ko yung bahay ng professor ko para lang pirmahan yung class card ko, para lang makagraduate ako. Incomplete. Hindi naman bagsak, pero incomplete. Siguro hindi ako nakapass ng project or something. So sabi ko sa nanay ko, Nay, medyo tayo magdadrama tayo ng konti. Sabi ko pa, na magdating natin sa bahay ni Prof, medyo iiyak tayong dalawa. Kailangan ko makagraduate, sasabihin natin. So, awa naman ng Diyos na awa si Prof, i-complete niya. Kaya nakamarcha pa rin ako on time. Nakasama pa rin ako sa graduation. Kaya, yun yung story ng college. Ito pa, after that, sabi siguro ng nanay ko, ang laking problema nitong anak ko sa akin. Nung after ng college, 1989, nakilala ko kaagad yung asawa ko. So siguro, nung time na yon, sabi niya, naku, ayaw ko na pakawalan ito. So what happened was, ayun na nga, nangyari ang hindi dapat mangyari. So he got me pregnant, I got pregnant. So dapat hindi pa, ang sakit-sakit ng ang daming problema kasi nga I'm the eldest in the family, dalawa lang kaming magkakapatid. So syempre, alam niyo yun, yung time kasi namin, nung mga era namin, I don't know how you call it, baby boomers po kami, Gen X. So anyway, nung time namin, kasi normally, ang eldest, siya yung dapat magtatawid sa pamilya. Parang siya yung dapat yung pag-asa, lalo na kung mahirap kayo, parang yung eldest, siya yung dapat mag-aangat sa pamilya. So nung time na yon, parang hindi gano'n ang nangyari. Gumuho lahat ng pangarap ng nanay ko. Kasi, my husband, ayun nga, hindi ko pa husband, my boyfriend got me pregnant. O, diba? Ayun ang problema yung mga sa Catholic school ko pa, sayang hindi ko tinandaan yung mga tinuturo So, my husband now, boyfriend ko dati, got me pregnant. So, syempre, nagkagulo na yung parents ko, nanay ko, tatay ko. Tatay ko is very strict. So, syempre, ayaw niya na matuloy yun. So, sabi niya, hindi pwede, nakakahiya. Nakakahiya doon sa pamilya natin. Ikaw pa naman ang pinakamatanda sa magpipinsan. Tapos, ikaw pa yung ganyan. So, parang ayaw niyang ipatuloy yung bata. Pero I don't know where I got my conviction at that time. Kasi sabi ko, no, sabi ko ganun. kung palalayasin mo na lang ako para kung gusto mong mawala yung nasa sinapupunan ko, lalayas na lang ako. Sabi kong gano'n sa father ko. Pero syempre, siguro, alam ko naman, naiintindihan ko at that time my father. Kasi ngayon, parents na rin naman ako eh. So, syempre, parang bugso lang yun ng damdamin, di ba? Kumbaga, galit siya eh sa nangyari. Hindi niya ini-expect. Also, my mom, sabi niya, ang mother ko lang ang very supportive sa akin all throughout. So, sabi ng mother ko, hindi daw niya ako kayang palayasin. So, I just have to stay. So, ang nangyari, yun na nga, 1990, naipanganak ko na yung firstborn namin. Yun, siya yung si Feliz. So, dyan na nagkaroon na ako ng baby at an early age. I think I was just like turning 21 when I had my first child. So, but that time, 1990, 1991, so nagtrabaho ko, buntis ako, tapos nakapanganak ako. I remember when I was working, nagbabaon talaga ako ng lunch. And at that time, my salary was supposedly 3,500 eh. Pero nung time na yun, parang ang binibigay lang sa akin ng employer ko was 50% of the usual salary. So parang 1,500 lang per month. I clearly remember at that time, I was just earning parang mga 750 every 15th and 30th. So ganun lang. Kasi really below the salary. Below the minimum. Kasi ang minimum nun is 3,000. Pero sabi ko, hindi bali na, okay lang kasi kailangan ko ng trabaho kasi buntis ako eh. Kailangan kong matustusan yung panganganak ko. So, at that time, sinaga ko talaga siya. Kahit pa 750 lang yung sweldo ko every 15th and 30th, 1.5 below minimum. Okay lang kasi ang sa akin is kailangan ko ng pera eh. Manganganak ako eh. Alam nga namang iasa ko pa yun sa nanay ko. But one thing I've learned, one thing I did pala at that time is that I took advantage of the situation na nakatira ko sa parents ko. So sabi ko, nakatira ko sa parents ko, wala akong binabayarang bahay, etc., etc. Ang ginawa ko noon, nagbabaon ako. Nagbabaon ako ng lunch. Kahit pare-pareho pa yung baon ko, araw-araw, okay lang. Basta makatipid lang ako. So, and I remember yung husband ko ngayon, dati, pag sinusundo niya ako, dinadala niya sa akin kasi he was working before in Cindy's, dinadala niya ako ng chicken barbecue. So, at that time, we cannot even afford to go to McDonald's or Jollibee. Kasi nga, parang nung time na yun, importante sa amin ang pera eh. Kasi, siyempre, ang hirap umasa sa ibang tao. So, kailangan namin mag-ipon. So, nung time na yun, ang gagawin niya sa Cindy's, yung kanyang food stamp, hindi niya gagastusin yun, hindi niya ito-turn into cash. Ang gagawin niya, kukunin niya as gagawin niya na chicken barbecue. Tapos susunduin niya ako, tapos magde-date na kami sa Fort Santiago o kaya sa Breakwater. Yun na yung baon namin, yung chicken barbecue na kinuha niya, na supposedly meal niya from Cindy's. Hindi niya kakainin yun dahil dadali niya sa akin yun at yun ang pagsasaluhan namin dalawa. Ito, walang exaggeration. Totoong nangyari ito. So anyway, tapos pag ang ginagawa namin, pag meron kami konting spare, actually mas mataas pa sweldo sa akin ng husband ko dati. Kasi at that time, he's earning 3,000 eh. Mas mataas pa talaga yung sweldo niya. So, nung pag meron na kaming pera, meron kaming konting extra ang gagawin namin. I'm not sure kung natatandaan niyo pa yung Wendy's. Yung mga millennials, hindi niyo na makaka-relate. Hindi niya kayo makakatandaan ito. But for us before kasi, Wendy's, parang social na sa amin ang Wendy's. So, sa Wendy's, ang gagawin namin, mag-asawa, pupunta kami sa Wendy's, merong salad bar. So, yung salad bar na yon, pupunuin namin, papataasin namin ng mataas na mataas. Kasi hahati na kaming dalawa doon. Dahil yun lang yung orderin namin. So, ganun siya kahirap. Ganun siya kumbaga, hindi siya madali. So, hindi siya madali. So, noong time na yon, tapos lumindol pa, nag-earthquake, I remember that, I clearly remember that, na nag-earthquake. Tapos, so ngayon, yun yung buhay. Medyo doon ko na nakita yung hirap. Kasi nagbubuntis ka, tapos ayaw ng tatay mo doon sa magiging asawa mo, so patago kami nakikita. Kaya nakita ko yung struggle doon nung time na yun. Sabi ko, ba't ganito? Sobrang hirap. Parang lahat ng klaseng problema. Hanggang minsan yung asawa ko, iniwan ko na sa jeep dahil siya na magbayad sa sarili niya. Yung pala, tandang-tanda niya yun. Hanggang ngayon, binabanggit niya sa akin yun. Yun pala, wala din daw siyang pera pambayad sa pamasahe. Kasi at that time, minsan, sagad-sagad lang yung sweldo eh. Minsan tumatalo na lang siya sa jeep kasi wala na siyang pambayad. So anyway, after working doon sa Pan-Asiatic, nag-transfer ako kasi sabi ko, hindi pwede ganito, puro ganito na yung sweldo ko below minimum. Grabe naman tong company na to. Sabi ko, gano'n. So, ang ginawa ko, I transferred to another company na medyo at least naman mataas-taas ang sweldo ko, diba? So, that is where I transferred to Kenstar Travel. So, nung nag-transfer ako sa Kenstar, siguro after mga 6 months, nagulat ako, pin-promote na kaagad ako to supervisor. Siyempre, tuwang-tuwa ako dahil siyempre, promotion would mean increase of salary. So, siyempre, tuwa ako, another extra for us. And at that time, napanganak ko na yung anak ko. At that time, ang hirap pa naman ng gatas niya kasi siya premature. So, nung time na yun, talagang nahirapan yung asawa ko maghanap ng gatas niya. Kasi prenan, kung saan-saan pa hinahanap, parang very limited siya. Kaya noong 1991, 1993, nasa Kenstar ako. So, after few months na naman, ginawa na akong marketing manager. So, in the span of 91, 92, 93, in the span of 2 years, I got promoted first as supervisor and then to a manager. And then, apparently, while working there, merong nakakita sa akin from Saipan na manager na may-ari ng travel agency. So, nakita niya ako. And then, at that time, merong pumunta sa office namin, tinanong, are you interested of working abroad? So sabi ko, saan? Sa Saipan. Sabi ko, saan yun? Parang ngayon ko lang narinig yun. So anyway, sabi naman niya, you just try. Ang interview, VTR, video ang interview, i-video ka. Doon kay interview kasi nga yung boss nandun sa Saipan. So, naisip ko, parang subukan ko nga. Pero parang naglalaro lang ako because at that time, probably I was just 22, 23, parang mga ganun lang ako eh. So, sabi ko, subukan ko. So, I went to the interview, no? Tapos tinatanong nila, how much salary do you want? Sabi ko, siyempre, nag-ano lang naman ako, para akong naglalaro lang. Aalis pa ba naman ako doon sa company ko? Manager na ako. Marketing manager na ako. So, nagbigay lang ako ng salary na tingin ko hindi nila tatanggapin. We are talking about 1991. So, 1993. So, what I asked them to give me is $1,500, which is actually a huge amount. $1,500. So, sabi ko, I need a salary of $1,500. I need a car. Hindi naman ako marunong mag-drive, pero I required them to give me a car. Hindi ako marunong mag-drive. And then also, I asked them that I should have my own apartment because I don't know if others experience working abroad. Ang ini-stayan normally ng mga contract worker, barracks. They call it barracks at that time in Saipan. So sabi ko, I don't want to stay in barracks. I want my own apartment. So syempre, parang nagbibiro lang naman ako eh. Hindi ko naman alam kung ang alam ko sa tingin ko, hindi nila tatanggapin yon kasi masyadong mataas. Parang siguro sinabi nila, luka-luka to mas maraming magaling. Mas maraming mas matanda pa sa'yo na mas magaling may experience. Ang bata-bata mo, ganyan na yung hinihingi mong salary. Tapos yung demands mo, sasakyan pa, etc. So anyway, akala ko hindi na ako matatanggap. Lo and behold, dumating yung yung owner, sabi niya, when are you going to start? I will give you all the requirements that you like. So parang nagulat ako, sabi ko, oh my God, 1,500, tapos meron ako sariling sasakyan, tapos merong bahay. So at that time, syempre, kailangan namin ng pera dahil yun nga, yung anak ko is baby pa eh. So, hindi pa namin alam, kailangan namin pag-ipunan pa kung ano yung magiging, niya, yung pag-aaral niya. So, nung time na yon 1990 up to 1994, puro trabaho lang talaga. Kaya, yun nga, ito yung is that, if you want to achieve something, you really have to work for it. The do-nothing concept will get you nowhere. As a famed line of Senator Villar goes, sipag at tiyaga. So, ito talaga kailangan sipagan mo while you're working. Kasi talaga kung tatamad-tamad ka during these times, from 1991, sa akin personally, from 1990 to 1994, kung tatamad-tamad ako during these times, walang mangyayari talaga sa akin. So, what I can share with, with those that are starting, you really have to work hard. If you want to dream of something, to get something that you want, you really have to work for it. There's no such thing as do nothing, darating na lang. Yung huwag tamad, hintayin mo na lang na bumagsak yung prutas sa bibig mo. No. Walang ganun ang pwedeng mangyari. Not unless you are born with a silver spoon. But if you're not, then you really have to work really hard. Kaya, kita mo naman, di ba, even si Senator Villar, he came from a very poor family, but look at him now. He is one of the richest. He is actually the richest at the moment. So, yun na nga, sabi niya, sipag at tiyaga. Totoo yan. Walang ibang key when you are starting, kundi sipag at tiyaga. So, after, tapos na tayo sa 1994, nasa Saipan na ako. Ito na, nagkaroon ng sakit yung father ko. Nagkaroon siya ng tuberculosis of the intestine. So when he had tuberculosis of the intestine, he asked me to go back. So when he asked me to go back, sabi niya, anak, wag ka nang umalis. Sabi niya ganun. Tulungan mo na lang yung nanay mo dito. Sabi niya ganun. Samahan mo na lang yung nanay mo. Tapos at that time, when he was in his deathbed, pinatawag niya rin yung tatay ng anak ko, yung asawa ko. Pinatawag niya, sinabi niya, alagaan mo yung anak ko ha. Sabi niya ganun. So bago siya mamatay, tinanggap na rin niya yung asawa ko. So 1994, 1996, 1994, we started the consultancy travel service with some partners. I remember when we started it, yung partner ko pa nun, yung mga ka-office mate ko before na nag-resign. Teka, inom muna ako. So, yung partner ko nun, yung mga ka-office mate ko dati, na resign na sila. So, sila yung mga partners ko, 1994, 1996. Yung start kasi, hindi yun mo makukuha in a snap eh. In a span of 94, 95, 96, 2 years. Kumbaga, hindi ka agad na makikita mo yung kung ano yung pinaghirapan mo in 2 years. So, ang nangyari is that, syempre, yung mga partners ko, meron silang mga iba rin na pagkakabisihan, pagkakaabalahan. So, mas na-focus sila dun sa after 1996, so wala na yung mga partners ko. Ang ginawa na lang namin is that we reincorporated the isa na lang actually natira kong partner noon. We reincorporated the company and ni-register na namin yung Tradewings Tours and Travel Corp. So, yung Tradewings Tours and Travel Corps from 1996 up to 2020, up to present. So, we are actually on our 25th year this year, 2021. So, ang pwede kong i-share sa inyo in those span of like putting up or having our own business is that there are crossroads while running your business. There are decisive moments that will test what is important to you, whether your values or the cash that it will bring, and the decision solely depends on you. So, in this span of 1994 up to 2020, maraming mga tests na ginagawa sa iyo ang nasa taas. Pakikita niya sa iyo kung ano yung negosyo, kung ano paano madali yung magkaroon ng pera. Pero yun nga, ikaw at the end of the day, iisipin mo kung ano yung values yung core values mo. So, kailangan kang mag-decide. I remember my husband nung pumupunta siya sa embassy, merong nag-o-offer sa kanya na ikuha lang siya ng visa sa Europe. Makakuha lang ng visa siya, bibigyan ka agad siya ng 300,000. We have a very credible standing with embassy in the past, even now, until now. So we can actually resort into that. My husband can actually resort into that. Ayusin lang yung papel, etc. Pag lumusot, imagine 300,000, and that was like what? 1999, 2000? Malaking pera yun. It's a huge money. Imagine kung meron kang 10 na ganon na papalusutin mo, TNT abroad in Europe, 300,000, easily you have 3 million. Pero, yun nga, even my husband, hindi niya ginawa, hindi niya tinanggap yun. Yung pera nga, kahit ganong kalaki yun, hindi niya ginawa. And even us, we have instances to handle, government offices na, alam niyo na, sa gobyerno marami, tinalikuran namin lahat yun. So, ang natutunan ko is that, yun nga, merong mga crossroads ibibigay sa'yo ng Diyos yung crossroads. I think for me, it's a test. And then you have to decide whether if you will, go the other side or you will stick with your values. And at that time, ang ginawa lang namin ng asawa ko is that we stick to our values, to our core values. Hindi bali ng walang malaking pera, basta sigurado kami na at the end of the day, matutulog kami ng mahimbing. Wala kaming dinadayang tao, wala kaming inaagrabyado. So, kasi kahit naman halimbawa, nag-stick ka sa values mo, sasabihin mo, ang laking pera nun, sayang. I tell you, hindi mo mapapagpalit yun sa linis ng kalooban mo, na pagtulog mo. So, yung pera madali lang Lagi ko sinasabi nga, yung pera, kaya mong kitain yan Pwede mong kitain yan. Pero yung usigin ka ng konsensya mo, yun mahirap yun. Yung pagtutulog ka sa gabi, hindi ka makatulog kasi parang naisip mo pa, nako, ano kaya yung bakang binenta ng mga taong yun? Paano kaya kumuha ng ganong pera yung mga taong yun? So, these are the crossroads. Maraming crossroads that will be presented to you when you are running the business. But one thing that I'd like to ask you to do is that, based from my experience, that you stick to your values. Stick to your values, and then money will follow when you stick to your values. Cash will follow when you stick to your values. So, also, running your business, so in this, in 1994 and until now, while running your business or even your life, don't be selfish. Always learn how to share sincerely, be it your time, knowledge, or sometimes part of your earnings. This is how you can move forward. So, sinabi ko dito nakalagay, always learn how to share sincerely. Kasi kasi sharing is actually one of the key for you to prosper. Giving is one of the key for you to prosper. Pero, depende kung ano yung purpose mo sa pagbibigay. So, sabihin mo, nagbigay nga ako pero bakit wala namang kapalit? Kasi naghihintay ka ng kapalit. Kaya, pag nagbigay ka, give it freely. Give it sincerely. Hindi yung pwede yung nagbibigay ka na meron kang vested interest. Kasi sasabihin ng iba, sabi ni Ma'am Grace, sabi ni Miss Grace no na doon sa ano niya sa presentation niya, just give, always share. Nag-share naman ako Bakit hindi pa rin ako umaangat sa buhay ko? Because you are not sharing sincerely. Probably what you're sharing, nag-iingi ka ng kapalit. Nag-iintay ka ng kapalit. That's not the case. When you are, sharing something, don't expect for anything in return. You have to give it freely. So, and that's one of the key of, how to prosper. Sa akin from my experience. At saka, when you give kasi, when you give tapos you're expecting something in return, ang sakit sa loob. Ang tagal kong natutunan yan. It took me a while for me to learn that when I give, I should not expect anything from that person. Or halimbawa, tumulong ako tapos sabihin ko, grabe naman yung taong yan. Tapos ganyan ang ginawa sa akin, pero tinulungan ko yan dati. No, don't. Kasi sasama talaga ang loob mo. Para wag nang sumama ang loob mo, tumulong ka kung ano yung kaya mong itulong at do not expect. Bye-bye na yung tulong mo. Close book na. Ganon siya. Ganon yung formula ng pagtulong. Hindi yung pagtulong na nag-i-expect ka. Kasi hindi yan. It's not the key to being prosperous. So when you give sincerely. And yung pagbigay naman, sometimes iniisip palagi natin, paano yun? Wala naman talaga akong perang ibibigay No. Actually, it's not even money. It's not just money. You can share your time, your knowledge, any tulong, especially at this moment, right now. Sabihin natin, paano ako makakatulong sa kanila nasa ospital na sila? You can pray. You can pray for them. You can make use of your time to pray for them. Kasi wala kang magagawa at this point in time. You cannot go to the hospital because there's COVID. So what you can do is just to pray for the person. And that in itself is helping. So, yun minsan minsan yan na parang hindi man nakaka-disappoint, pero looking at it at the moment is that laging nililimit ng tao ang pagtulong. Helping is limitless. You can help kahit na nasa upuan ka lang ng bahay mo, makakatulong ka. So anyway, next challenges. So now, after going through the history of the business, now we go through the challenges that we have while running the business. You might probably notice that this pandemic is the first time that we are experiencing it. So this huge problem, ganun siya kalaki, it's first time. But we've experienced challenges in the past. We've experienced virus attack in the past. So while doing this business, while doing tours and travel, we've experienced the challenges like Asian financial crisis, 1997. Ito yung peso to dollar. I'm not sure if you can still remember. Yung peso to dollar, like 26 yung peso of July 1997. Tapos biglang October, naging 36. yung business namin na travel agency is dollar-based. So, meaning, magbabayad sa amin ng peso, babayaran namin ng dollar yung operator. So, yung conversion na binayad sa amin ng, halimbawa, ng July, or halimbawa, ng tour na July, August, biglang naging ang difference is 10 pesos kada dollar. So I remember at that time we were losing about parang mga almost a million or 2 million, parang ganon. And at that time we were still starting kasi 1996 kami nag-start eh. So halos nagiiyakan na kami mag-asawa dahil hindi namin alam kung paano gagawin namin. In fact, in Thailand, may mga nag-suicide na tour operator during this time, Asian crisis. Kasi nga, because of the huge jump up ng exchange rate. So, ang Diyos hindi natutulog since yun nga, lagi kaming ginagabayan. At that time, nakausap namin yung operator, nakiusap kami na kung pwede, i-stick dun sa 26 yung babayaran namin. Buti na lang pumayag. So, inano nila yung difference. Kumbaga, binabaan nila yung difference nung babayad namin sa kanila. So, after Asian financial crisis, 1997, there was this September 11, 9/11 attack. So, ayan na naman, series of coordinated terrorist attack by terrorists, Al-Qaeda. I know you remember this. 9/11. So, at that time, ayan na naman, meron na naman, hindi na naman na-affect na naman yung travel, ayaw na naman ako magbiyahe, and then there's this Gulf War, may Gulf War, hindi ko na nga lang nilagay dyan, and then there's SARS outbreak, 2002-2004, total cases at that time na nahawa is 8,107 and deaths is 811, and it originated as well in China, in Guangdong, and it spread in 30 countries. So that's SARS outbreak. I remember at that time hindi kami pwede pumunta ng Hong Kong kasi natatakot kami dahil nga merong outbreak. And then after that SARS outbreak, there's another financial crisis, which is the global financial crisis, 2007-2008. Bankruptcy of Lehman Brothers causing domino effect to other financial institutions worldwide. So again, travel is very much affected at that time with this global financial crisis. Kasi siyempre, ang travel is base lang yan sa extra kung may extra, 'di ba? So, kung halimbawa, pangit yung economy, bihira rin ang magta-travel dahil walang masyadong extra. So, kaya affected din kami dyan. And then next is swine flu, 2009. I remember at that time, hindi rin kami nakaalis nun. We're supposed to go out of the country. We're supposed to go to Japan. But because of swine flu, hindi rin kami nakaalis. Nagpunta lang kami ng dito sa Pilipinas. So, total cases, 19,273. And then deaths, 117. Originated in Mexico and it spread in 66 countries. So, at that time, meron ng swine flu, may SARS, and then there's also Ebola in Africa. So, may mga outbreak na before. Pero, ito ang pinaka-challenging, yung coronavirus. Because coronavirus travel restrictions around the world became more stringent as cases of COVID-19 were reported according to UNWTO report. So, kasi it spread to so many countries. Mas marami pa sa aking countries na napuntahan to eh. Kasi ako 103 lang siya, 200 plus yata ng countries na napuntahan niya. So, mas traveler siya sa akin. So, anyway, this one, medyo first time to na talagang major challenge to everyone because ito talaga, it really made everyone to really not travel, as in. So kami ngayon lang namin na-experience na mag-close shop for months and months and months. And ngayon lang din namin na-experience since March not to have a single, we have siguro 1 or 2 transactions. Pero imagine that is from March until now. So, ito talaga yung main battle ng travel industry namin ngayon. Ang industry namin ngayon, main challenge ng industry namin ngayon is that we are not having any business for over a year already. So, this is really very, very challenging for each and every one of us. Ang mahirap talaga yung situation ngayon. Pero, yun nga, ang sa akin kasi is that challenges will always be there. It's part of the balance. Hindi natin na matatanggal yung challenges eh. Nandyan talaga siya. Kahit saan meron yan eh. Pero the thing is that how you deal with challenges speak more about you as human. You do nothing or you do something. So, part na natin ang challenges. Ang sa atin is that ang sa akin lang, based on experience ko is that, are you going to do something or you just don't do anything at all? So, nasa sayo yan kung paano mo i-treat yung challenges mo. Pero, kahit naman hindi COVID yan eh, meron pa rin tayong challenges in our life. Hindi yan nawawala. So, it's just, yun na nga, sabi ko, how you deal with challenges speak more about you as human. So it's really all about you on how you are dealing with challenges. So us with the Tours Are Us with Tradewings, fortunately for the last 20 plus years that we have been operating, what we're doing was at that moment is that siguro nag-ipon lang din kami ng nag-ipon. Hindi kami nangutang. Yan pa yung aming panuntunan ng mag-asawa. Lagi namin sinasabi sa mga anak namin yan na huwag kayong mangutang. Nakalagay din sa Bible yan eh. Mahirap mangutang. So as much as possible, imagine now how we started. Yun ang sinasabi namin na at this point, we are lucky that hindi kami talaga din nangutang. At that time, during the years that we are operating, nag-ipon lang kami talaga ng nag-ipon. So, nung during the crisis, we really have to be proactive. We cannot just fret. We cannot just, just do nothing. Diba? Wala na eh. Sabihin yung iba, nandyan na yan eh. Wala tayong magawa eh. Nandito lang tayo sa bahay. Wala na. Hintayin lang natin. Lockdown tayo eh. No, we can do things. We can do a lot of things actually, even we're in our own homes. So, first is that yung husband ko kasi prior to pandemic, he has this project, Rebuilding Hopes and Home, the 3-in-1 global assistance, because we have this very saleable pilgrimage to Holy Land. We call it 3-in-1, and we have a lot of groups going to Holy Land at that time. Siguro in a year we have about 70-80 groups going to Israel. So in order to give back, merong I'm not sure if you remember na nagkaroon ng earthquake, nagkaroon ng Taal volcano eruption last January before the pandemic. So at that time, nung January nagkaroon ng eruption, there's this town in Batangas, Pamiga, na yung mga bahay talagang lay flat sa lupa, talagang bagsak. So what my husband did is that part of the earnings of 3-in-1, he made sure to extend the help to this very disunfortunate people in Pamiga. So kumuha siya ng mga 26 families that he can help out in building their houses. So he sought help from our other suppliers. He was able to get some a little, funds for that. So awa ng Diyos, nairaos din ng company yung building ng 25 houses, at least part of that, not really the whole thing, pero at least we help them build their houses. So we have actually pictures of that, and it's really very heartwarming to see na nakatayo yung bahay in spite of the pandemic. So we were able to do that. And then after that, we do also, kasi as Tradewings is a wholesaler, we deal with travel agencies. So what we are doing is that we try to make sure yung welfare din nung mga travel agents, yung mental health nila, yung well-being nila, how are they. So what my daughter did is that she thought of these webinars. Actually, yung webinars kasi, di ba, ang dami-dami na rin ng webinars. But during that time, we were the first one to come out of this webinar. My daughter thought of like doing this, yung webinar, kasi at least yung agent, hindi masyadong ma-depress sa nangyayari. At least they can, divert their time and divert their time and attention, at least kahit 1 hour every Thursday or 2 hours every Thursday, may ma-divert at mabigyan sila kahit paano ng hope, that there's still hope, that this too shall pass. So, my daughter, Feliz, yung eldest ko, yung unang-una kong pinagbuntis na ayaw ng tatay ko. So, siya yung nakaisip na magawa ng webinar for travel agents. So, every Thursday, we were doing that since the start of the pandemic. So until now, we are actually doing that for the travel agents, just to make sure that, at least kahit paano yung mga travel agent, nagagawa nila yung dati nilang ginagawa. Nagkakaroon sila ng konting, ng at least ang hope, nakikita nila yung mga destinations, etc., na ibabalik sila dun sa kung ano yung dati nilang ginagalawan. So, and then also we made the PH Travel Marketplace. This is the idea of one of our sales manager. Kasi naisip namin noon, yung mga travel agents nga, so ang ginawa nila is nagbebenta na sila, nag-online selling sila, nagbebenta ng mga pagkain, etc. So, ang naisip namin is that yung mga travel agent, medyo limited lang yung yung scope nila. Kasi ang mangyayari is that yung mabebentahan lang nila is their friends in Facebook. So very limited. So what we did is that we made this PH Travel Marketplace so that it can be a venue of these travel agents where they can sell their products. At least mas lalaki yung scope ng pwede nilang bentahan. So at the moment, the PH Travel Marketplace has 3,200 members. So at least hindi limited sa 100 friends in Facebook o sa mga kakilala. At least natatap nila yung iba pang tao. So that is actually the purpose of the PH Travel Marketplace. And then virtual tours. We are doing also virtual tours. This is another idea of my daughter, si Feliz. Kasi naisip niya, yung mga tao, at least para lang maibalik yung travel, maidala yung destination sa mga bahay-bahay. Kasi nga, until this time na hindi pwede mag-travel, so parang she thought of bringing the destination because she was in Switzerland last September, October. So, ang nangyari is that she did some virtual tours from Switzerland so that he can bring the destination to the homes of the travelers. So we did that virtual tours during the pandemic. So, if you will notice, lahat to, wala kaming ginawa na nag-pivot kami. Hindi rin kami nagtinda ng kung ano-ano, wala kaming ginawa na, well, what the instruction that's clear to our team is that we just have to be very visible in social media. Yun lang yung sinabi ko sa kanila, yung platform. The company has to be very visible at this time in social media. Yun lang. But we didn't pivot. Hindi kami nag-pivot. What we are focused on during this time, all throughout this year, is just to help. To help. Kasi parang ang sa amin kasi is we were given already, we were provided already by the one up there. So for me, ang nakita ko lang ngayon is that we have a responsibility to share and support. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, hindi naman kailangang monetary ang pag-share eh. So ang share, all this are helping, sharing, etc. Pero hindi naman kami naglalabas ng pera dyan para tumulong. Yun lang makita namin na kung paano pa namin maitutulong, maiaangat ang ibang tao. So, yun lang, yung sa rebuilding hopes and homes because, yung aming pilgrimage na 3-in-1, 80 groups, bakit hindi ka naman magbibigay kahit paano sa mga nangangailangan? Part of the yield, part of the whatever yield that, that pilgrimage is having, i-share naman din sa ibang mga nangangailangan. So anyway, so that is what we did all throughout this pandemic. We are actually just helping out in any way we can. So, me personally naman, how I sustain during crisis. Alam mo, mahirap talaga eh. I mean, I cannot speak for anyone, for anybody. I can only speak for myself. Kaya lagi ko sinasabi, what I'm sharing is my personal journey. Kung ano yung na-experience ko, yun lang. Hindi walang halong kung ano-ano, etc. Kung ano lang yung experience. So, ito sa akin, how I sustain during crisis, from my personal experience. First, of course, this is something new to me. This is, not new, but something that is really very, very, really devastating to our industry, to me, to us, to everyone. Nandun yung sobra kang natatakot, baka tamaan ka ng COVID. Nandun yung first 3 months, wala akong ginawa kundi magtingin ng magtingin. Araw-araw na ginawa ng Diyos. Or mayat-mayat, tinitingnan ko kung ilan na yung nahahawa, etc., etc. So until such time that, I told myself, I really have to acknowledge the situation. I have to acknowledge the circumstances, kung ano yung nangyayari. Hindi natin pwedeng ipagbalang bahala na wala, COVID lang yan, hayaan mo na, ganyan lang. Hindi. So, we have to acknowledge what is happening at the moment and then process it. Ano ba yung nangyayari? Ano ba yung sitwasyon natin? Then, acknowledge and process. And then, after that, yun nga, wala ka naman ding tatakbuhan kundi yung sa taas lang eh. So, yun sa akin is that you have to establish the only thing that will keep you sane at this moment is that having a deeper relationship with the Lord. And that is what I did actually since the start of the pandemic. I tried to read scriptures, I tried praying, I did novena, I did the 4 rosaries, mysteries, etc., etc. Because I'm trying to pray for the people, especially yung nasa ospital, yung mga walang trabaho, lahat. Yung mga kailangang ipagdasal. So, in a way, I think, yun lang yung kaya kong ibigay at the moment. Yung ipagdasal lahat sila. And then also, for myself naman, kasi ngayon talaga, you really have to make your emotionally, mentally, physically strong. So, sa physical naman, I did my yoga every day, almost every day dati, since start ng pandemic, since March, every single day nag-yoga ako. And then after a while, parang sabi ko, grabe naman itong ginagawa ko sa sarili ko. So, nag-stop din ako. Not stop, but minsan 5 times a week or 4 times a week. Pero at my age, 52, 51, marami na rin ako nararamdaman. Pero awa ng Diyos, isang beses lang ako sinugod ng asawa ko sa emergency because of the low electrolytes. Bumaba masyado yung electrolytes ko, kaya para akong nanigas, ganyan. Kasi lang, araw-araw nga kasi ako nag-yoga, so yung pawis ko sobra-sobra. So siguro that's the reason why nagbaba rin yung electrolytes ko. And then next is that, try to be of service to your family or to others. Since ngayon, hindi tayo nakakalabas, ang pinaka-service na pwede mong gawin is to your family. Wala nang iba. 'Di ba? Or yung sa mga kasama niyo sa bahay, kasambahay niyo, siguro pwede kayong tumulong na magligpit ng plato, maghugas, maglinis ng kwarto niyo. So, yung service, hindi naman yan kailangan sa ibang na lumabas ka ng bahay mo eh. Katulad nung asawa ko, nagluluto siya ngayon, nagluluto siya para sa amin. So, service na yun, service sa family, service sa mga anak niya. So, that is, you know, with that, kasi for me, that's the call eh. That's God's call to be of service to everyone. Kaya, since ngayon, hindi tayo makakalabas, so, be of service to your family. Do what you can to your family at the moment. Yun nga yung sinasabi ko palagi na and then also yun ang sa akin din na personally yung ginagawa ko lang, I try to shy away from lalo na ngayon, I try to minimize using my gadget, doing all sorts of social media. Kasi minsan, nag-glue ka na eh. Hindi mo alam, nawawala na yung prayer time mo, nawawala na yung Bible reading mo, etc. etc. Masyado kang attach dun sa gadget mo, sa mga ginagawa mo in your gadget. So, what I do, after breakfast, I go out and check the plants. So, just try to, you know, I hold my iPad now. Yeah, I do social media, of course, but I try to really minimize. But when I hold my iPad, I'm reading scriptures, I'm doing prayers, etc. So yun lang, yun sa akin, yun personally, that's I think what one thing that I can share. And it gives you a little bit, kahit paano, peace of mind when you detach yourself from all this social media. Not really 100% detached, at least minimize. Now, eto, babasahin ko na lang i-share ko because the quotes that I'm sharing is it's my own personal quotes. Pero eto, I think this is Charles Darwin. Intelligence is based on how efficient a species become at doing the things they need to survive. Yeah, at the moment, ngayon, ang pinaka-importante is survival. Survival of the fittest nga eh, di ba? So, we really need to survive at this. Sabi ko nga, lagi ko sinasabi in my friends or in the family, my husband, na sabi ko, as long as you are breathing, each day will be a good day. As long as you're breathing, each day will be a good day. Mahirap kasi kung wala na eh. Kung madaling paraan, basta humihinga ka lang, lagi pwede may pag-asa. Palagi yan ang naiisip ko. Habang humihinga ka, may pag-asa. Pero pag nawala na hinang mo, wala na. 'Di ba? Kaya yan ang sa akin. As long as you're breathing, each day is a good day. So what we need right now is to really survive this crisis. We cannot ask someone para mag-survive para sa atin. So tayo lang mismo ang makaka-survive in this crisis. Now, I was asked also by Dr. Ria to check what is the future of travel. Although nobody knows exactly what will happen, one thing is clear is that we won't be able to travel as freely without consideration for our health as we used to. So at least for the foreseeable future. So for sure, hindi na natin maibabalik yung dati. So yan ang itatak na natin sa isip natin. Okay? Marami nang pwedeng mangyari. Marami nang pwedeng rules na pwedeng gawin. So, meron ng mga kung ano-anong requirements, etc. So, it could be difficult. The future of travel could be very difficult. But at least meron. Kesa wala, totally wala na freeze ang travel. At least kahit paano aandar. And then there's this emerging niche also, which is the reunion travel. Reunion travel is that others like me, I want to see my friends in Israel. I want to see our operator there in Israel. And then also I want, to pursue that plan with my cousins. Mag-taskani kami dapat kasi last year magtataskani kami ng mga cousins ko. So meron yan. It could be a niche travel reunion. Mag-reunion yung mga magkakamag-anak, magkakaibigan, etc. Magkita-kita lang. Kasi siyempre it's been a year na na-miss mo lahat ang mga kaibigan mo at mga pinsan mo at mga kamag-anak. So siguro I think that will be, another niche. And then next is the vaccine tourism. Actually, I've learned in some of my readings that yung iba nagpa-private jet from London to nung wala pang vaccine. Pero meron na kasi iba vaccine na lumabas, yung parang mga So, ginagawa nila, nagpa-private jet sila. They spend about 22,000 euro just to be vaccinated in UAE. So, may mga ganon na. So, I can also see a vaccine tourism. Baka ang Amerika, once matapos nila or Israel, matapos nila yung kanilang population, probably they can offer it to other country, but you have to go there. So vaccine tourism also is a possibility. And then at the moment, while, we cannot go out yet outside of the country, then there's this domestic tourism, which is travel bubble. So you can enjoy the inbound, the places locally here in the Philippines. So yan na muna. And then of course, tests and vaccines will automatically be required. Sigurado na yan when we travel in the future. But at least there's hope. It might be very difficult, but at least there's hope. So the future is quite uncertain, but what is certain is ourselves. So there are a lot of uncertainties, but what is certain is tayo. At least, eto tayo, buhay tayo, nagsusurvive tayo sa crisis. So, let's not worry about the future, the uncertainties of the future. Ang i-worry natin is how tayo mismo, kung paano natin i-handle itong crisis na to. And the next is that, yun na nga, as I always tell my people, my team, my family, the only way to move forward from this crisis is to really help each other. Nothing else. There's no way. There's no other way but just to help each other. So I think I'm done with my slide already. So how do I do stop sharing? So we go to question and answer.
Yes. Busog na busog kami doon, Grace, ha? But before we do the question and answer, busog na busog kami sa mga sinabi mo. Madami kaming na-raise the question. But before we proceed to the question and answer, mag-shout out lang muna si Ella.
Yes, ayan.
Let's go muna.
Ang daming pumasok ng mga bago sa channel mo, Ma'am Ria. Ayan. So, ako din, nakikinig ako. Ang daming mga magagandang sinabi si Ma'am Grace. Ayan, mega love. Shout out po kay, nandito ako sa attendance si Tingin, Ma'am, kasi iba hindi ko makita sa comments ng StreamYard. Ayan. I would like to shout out Trisha Nuke. Ayan. Ito yata ang first honor kanina. And then followed by Ma'am Kat. Mega love shout out po, Ma'am Kat. And then, Els McClear too, ayan. I think from the team either Ritz or Shine. Si Feliz Aksalan, ayan, may galap shoutout to you. Syra Baliwag. Also, Carmina Ilocto, ayan, salamat po sa pag-support. Marvelous, ayan, channel, thank you so much po sa pagpunta. Jeremiah Cadiente and Ria Ana Beatriz Hernandez. Also, Nitoy Gabrinaw. Ayan, mega love shoutout sa inyong lahat. Kay J. Vlogger Lim, ayan. M. Lumugdang. And then Kurt Stephen, ayan, napaka-loyal ni Kurt. And Erica Bernardo, ayan, bago ito. Sister Javier Centeno, mega love shoutout also to you. Marlene Estiliore, ayan, thank you so much sa pag-support. Tiffany, my love, ayan, ang bagong angel po ito ni Chofis World. Ay, salamat sa paninja ninyo dyan. Baka naman pwede nyo i-subscribe ang ating host. And of course, nandito rin si Daddy B Official. Ayan, meron pong ang daming bago ma'am na mga, ngayon ko lang na-encounter yung channel nila na pumasok. And sa lahat po ng mga nandyan ngayon, no, thank you so much po sa support ninyo. Mega love shoutout po sa lahat na mga galing po sa Team Shine, Team Ritz, at sa ibang teams po na hindi nag-mention ng team. Maraming salamat sa support nyo kay Dr. Rialisa. So, mega love shoutout po sa mga friends and relatives na nandito rin tonight na nakasupport po kay Dr. Rialisa. Back to you, Ma'am Ria. Meron ba akong hindi nabanggit?
Yeah, si Sis Lucy ng Helping Hand.
Talaga pumasok po si Sis. Hello, Sis Lucy.
I think yung mga taga Blackpink and Pinoy vlogger is also here. Nagpalit ng name si Team Atik eh. Anong name na nila?
Oo nga, dito nga si Madam Lucy. Ayan, hello ma'am.
Super na yata si Team Atik ngayon.
Ayan, meron din bagong ninja si Ma'am Kat pala, ma'am. Meron siyang, it's me, Ma'am Kat. Ayan. Thank you so much po sa lahat.
Thank you, Sis Lucy. Thank you kay Sis Mards, no? Nandyan and else. Team Shine. Okay, so stay tuned, guys, ha? Exciting ang ating question and answer. And of course, we have the Pinoy Henyo later. Grace, ang dami kong memory lane nung nagkikwento ka ng life mo. Well, Grace kasi and me, actually, I think we're on the same place na because I live at Tayaba Street. Today it's FU Seco. Aban Santos ka ba? Sa mga areas ng Aban Santos?
Tambunting ako. Tambunting. Si Vice Ganda, di ba? Tiga doon.
Yeah, si Tambunting. Medyo, and then, ganun din, doon ka, Abad Santos din, and then if you know yung may building si Eric, yung kaklase natin, the dentist, diba? Doon mismo. And then we have a classmate na may grocery din na malaki doon. Classmate din natin yun. Doon na ako sa area na yun. Pero hindi kasi kami mag-close ni Grace nung high school eh.
Kasi matalino siya.
BFF in high school.
Kasi matalino siya. Row 4 ako
Actually, natutuwa ako sa story mo, Grace. Kasi it's not really about being bright in high school eh. Ako kasi I grew up with a very conscious dad na kailangan ganito ka. So, madami expectation. So, wala naman akong choice kundi sumunod. Pero hindi na ako doon sa kids ko kasi yung life will not be dictated actually by who you are when you're a student. Though there's an effect, no? There's an effect. Pero we could see that there are really students who they are, no, kahit hindi sila masipag, magbublom eh. May time na, alam mo yun, you have this, kasi kanina sasabi mo, sipag at tiyaga, yes? How about destiny, Grace? Because I see a lot of people who sipag and tiyaga, destiny. Is it, are you destiny?
Kasi, alam mo, sa akin, ewan ko kasi siguro din merong ganon na destiny. Hindi, alam mo, meron yan yung sipag at tiyaga, maraming sinasabi mo. Maraming mga nagsisipag at nagtsatsaga. Pero parang hindi rin Hindi naman ganon, 'di ba? Magpag-move forward, mag-prosper. For me, sinabi ko to dun dati, nag-interview ako sa DZRH. Kasi for me, ang sabi na, tatandaan ko nun, sinabi ni Steve Jobs, you have to love what you do. Sabi niya, di ba? You have to have passion with what you do. Ang sa akin is that, hindi eh. Kasi parang sa akin minsan, yung loving what you do, ang hirap eh. Ang hirap to love what you do. Like, may kausap kang kliyente na nakakainis. Gugustuhin mo ba yung trabaho mo na ganyan? Sinisigawan ka, di ba? Minsan, sa halimbawa, kahit na yun sa pagpunta lang sa mga sa store, sa department store, may mga masungit na kliyente. So, it's quite difficult to love what you're doing, especially if your job is really very, very tedious, very monotonous, etc. So, for me, what I found out is that you have to do everything with love. You have to do everything with love, as if you're doing it not for man, but for Jesus, but for the Lord. So, yun yung sa akin eh. Do everything with love. Kasi it's quite difficult to love nga sometimes your job. Mahirap. Pero baliktarin mo. Do things with love to the other person. Parang halimbawa, ginagawa mo to kasi ginagawa mo yung trabaho mo kasi mas matutuwa yung boss mo. Kasi yung boss mo, iniisip mo parang, di ba, image and likeness nga of Jesus, of God, of Christ ang tao. Parang ginagawa mo yan kasi para sa Diyos, di ba? So yun sa akin eh. Pag ginawa mo yun, I don't think, kahit pag nagsipag ka at ginawa mo yun, I don't think you will not prosper. That's for sure. Do everything with love. Yun.
Yes, oo. Actually, alam mo, Grace, commonality talaga ng mga successful people is being God, no, in the center of their lives. Naalala ko, if you remember, Grace, I have a student who committed suicide, and then you chatted me. You chatted me, sabi mo, Ria, what happened to that girl, and what's her name, because I will include her in my prayer. Nakalimutan mo na siguro. Pero that was siguro mga more than 10 years ago. And I was really so touched. Sabi ko, okay yun na, magdadasal para sa ibang tao. So, in a way, Grace, no, parang at that time, sabi ko, sige nga ako rin magdadasal para sa ibang tao. Masarap pala yung ganong feeling. Kasi, ano yun eh, uplifting na, parang nagsiset ka ng example, no, sa ibang tao, which is a very good practice. Actually, kami ni Ella ganun, we pray for other people. Prayer partner ko kasi si Ella. So, pag meron kaming mga gustong mangyari, magkikita kami, mag-debate kami sa Quiapo, and then nagpe-pray kami. Pero, ang unang example nga na nakitaan ko, Ella, back years ago, na nagdadasal talaga siya for somebody is Grace. Oo, is Grace. Oo. Okay. So, Grace,
yeah, you don't underestimate the power of prayers. Very, very powerful ang prayer. Kaya you just continue, especially at this point in time, you just continue praying.
Correct. Oo. At saka kasi, nung hiningi mo kasi yung name ng estudyante sa akin, ng person, gusto mo yung full name. Kaya sabi ko, kailangan pag pinagdasal natin isang tao, kailangan full name kasi maraming names di ba? Kaya, actually, Grace, ginagawa ko na rin yun after that. Nag-chat na rin ako, tapos nagtatanong ako ng full name. Yeah, it's an example. Kasi mamumulot ka ng magandang ugali, di ba? Okay. Kasi life is is a continuous process of learning. Okay, so, I was amazed, 25 years in business. Kasi we never had the chance to talk, no? But 25 years, kasi tayo, Grace, when we graduate, that was the EDSA revolution and the Philippine economy was so down. no? Kaya madami nag-abroad. That explains the reason why we have so
Yeah.
many batchmate na nasa abroad, oo. So ako naman at that time is not my option. Pero tama ka doon, no? Ups and downs. Kaya ako hindi ko na-sustain eh. Pero ikaw, nagulat talaga ako, 25 years you're able to sustain the business and up to now, no? So, ikaw, may kilala ka pa bang travel agency na mas matanda pa sa 25 years?
Oo, marami. Marami naman. Maraming mga travel agencies
Really?
na 30 years, 40 years, and some are 50 years pa nga eh.
Well, that's good, Oo, kasi,
Mm-mm.
because way back then, 1996, local tourism or even international tourism is not that popular kasi it's expensive.
Yeah. Oo. Kasi actually, what we're doing is that we saw the niche. Naisip namin, instead of like dealing directly with clients, what we did is that we have conceptualized this idea of just deal with the travel agents. So what we do at the moment is we wholesale to travel agents. So we don't do B2C, business to customer. We just do B2B. So business to business. Kasi like, it will be very difficult for us to handle like about, 15 to 20 groups in a month if we're dealing directly to the customers. We're only, how many are we in the office? We're like just 30 persons in the office. So it will be very difficult for us to do that kung hindi agent ang kausap namin. So right now ang ginagawa namin is we talk, it's the agent that we're talking to, we're dealing with the travel agency. So kami yung nag-wholesale ng mga tours sa kanila, para sa kanila. So kaya halimbawa ito itong isang kliyente didiretso sa amin, hindi pwede because we have to protect our agent.
Yun nga yun yung inaano ko, Grace wholesale. Tinake down ko yun kasi I just see typically mga post mo lang naman sa Facebook ko nakikita ko, no? So, wholesale, so marami kang mga small na mga travel agency na under you.
Bali, hindi naman under us. Bali, halimbawa, yung mga travel agencies. So, ang mangyayari kasi, there are tours. Minsan, gagawa ng tours. For example, Israel. Pag gumawa sila ng tour, minsan ang hirap gumawa ng group, diba? So, ang mangyayari is that, minsan hindi nila mabubuo kaagad. So, whereas magsaset kami ng departures, yung mga travel agencies nationwide, not travel agent under us, but all the travel agencies nationwide na nagpa-register sa amin can sell that particular tour and they earn certain commission. So, ganon. So, meron kaming travel agents sa nagbebenta sa Davao, may mga travel agencies sa Davao, sa Cebu, sa Cagayan, sa minsan meron pang Kidapawan, etc. So, nationwide, sa Baguio, so ganon. So, any travel agents, ang requirement lang namin is that you can deal with us. Of course, we need to check legit yung travel agent, diba? They need to send us their business permit. So, yun lang naman, business permit, para makita lang namin kung legit yung travel agency to deal with us. Yun.
Kasi Grace, siguro mga year 2014, nauso yung pwede ka na magtayo ng small scale mo na travel agency. Tapos pupunta ka lang sa isang mas malaking agency. Ganun ba yon? Yung gusto mo magtayo ng agency, apply ka sa company na yon, tapos magiging kanila parang agent. Makakapagtayo ka rin, hindi ka ding
that's what we did nung 1994. Kasi consultancy service kami. Under the umbrella kami ng isang travel agency. That's how we started. Kasi may paid up capital kasi noon ang travel agency, especially in Makati, parang minimum 1.2 million yata. And at that time, we don't have that money. So, ang ginawa namin, nagpa-under kami sa nung 1994 Marco Polo Travel. So we were under Marco Polo Travel to just to be able to sell tours. Tapos until
So
such
Grace,
time na
just in,
oo. Yes.
so just in case na bumalik tayo sa okay na yung biyahe at gusto nila magtayo ng travel agency, pwede sila sa iyo makipag-communicate, ganun ba yun?
Yeah, actually, kung gusto nila magtayo, I can actually share them ideas on how to put up the travel agencies, and then they can register, and then once they're registered already, they can already deal with us. They can start selling our tours already.
Okay, that's nice, no? Oo.
Mm-mm.
I just wonder, Grace, why tourism ang course na kinuha mo?
Actually, tourism kasi parang naisip ko, gusto ko kasing mag-law at that time. And parang ang tourism can be parang ano yun? How do you call that? Prerequisite for law. Parang ganon. Mas madali, mas maraming units ang makukuha sa tourism if you want to pursue law. Gusto ko talaga maging abogado at that time. Pero syempre, oo, sabi nga ng asawa ko, lakas ng loob mo, puro mga tres ang ang grades mo. No college, sabi sa akin. Meron lang, pero yung mga majors ko naman, 1.75 naman.
Oo.
Yung mga
tawag
tres lang
dito.
yung mga hindi major subject. Mga major ko naman, mga tinaas ko naman ng konti ng dos kahit paano.
Kasi during our time, tourism is not a popular degree course, di ba? Parang, oo. Kaya parang naisip ko, meron palang tourism na at the time. And then, several years ago, naging booming siya. Kaya si Lyceum of the Philippines, siya na yung flagship program eh. And there are so many
tourism.
now, no? Oo, getting tourism.
Yeah. Because the reason why there are a lot of people, a lot of millennials right now getting tourism is that they think, kasi di ba ngayon nga generation of experience, no, with this Facebook, with this social media, wala nagpo-post sa mga travel nila. So, ngayon, ang mga tao, mga estudyante, gusto nila din mag-tourism kasi inisip nila, pag nag-tourism sila, makaka-travel ka agad sila. Hindi, that's not the case. So, kailangan mo talaga pagpaguran lahat. Hindi ka kaagad-agad mag-travel. Kasi ako, I was able to reach that 103 countries. Part of that, escorting namin yun. Nag-escort ako ng groups with to other countries. So, and then after that, nung medyo stable na kami ng asawa ko, stable na yung business at nandyan na yung anak ko, that's the time that we tried exploring other places na medyo mahirap puntahan. Yun nga, katulad ng mga Stan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, yun. In-explore na namin yun, yung mga hindi na usual. So, ginawa na namin yun sometimes as a family or sometimes just me and my husband.
Kasi sabi mo, your husband traveled twice as much as you eh. So, you travel separately pala. Oo.
Yeah, kasi trabaho eh. Yung siya sa trabaho at some point nung nagtatrabaho kasi nung nag-uumpisa kami, wala pa kaming tao marami. So kami mismo yung nag-escort siya palagi. Sabi ko sa kanya kasi ang husband ko musician eh. So dati naalala ko nung first escorting job niya, ang haba pa ng buhok niya. Long hair pa siya. So sabi ko, naku, baka hindi ka mabigyan ng British visa niyan kasi sabi ko long hair siya. Ang tinanong lang naman sa kanya ng consul, sabi niya, how long did you have that hair? Sabi niya gano'n. Parang kung gaano katagal niya yung buhok niya na yun. Yun lang ang tanong sa kanya. Binigyan naman siya ng visa. Yun nga lang. At some point, nung nagbabiyahe kami, nung nag-escort siya, kasi nga, mahaba yung buhok niya. Siquijor eh. Tinanong sa kanya, you have drugs? ng customs. Kaya ang ginawa niya, nagpagupit na siya ng buhok. Kasi, yun nga, baka pag pinagkakamalan siya na gano'n eh. Kaya sabi ko sa kanya, Daddy, sabi ko, kailangan, may magtatao sa tindahan. Hindi ako pwede. Tumigil ka na dyan sa pagiging musikero mo, mag-escort ka. Kaya ang ginawa niya, nag-stop siya as being sakripisyo din yun laking sakripisyo yun kasi biro mo, yun ang gusto niyang gawin di ba? Being a musician. So ang ginawa, nag-stop talaga siya just for us, for the family. So ginawa niya, nag-escort siya ng groups. Siyang lumalabas, akong tao sa tindahan. So parang ganun. Kaya siya ang palaging nasa labas.
When you say musician, as a source of living, kumakanta talaga siya?
Oo, banda siya
Hindi talaga siya?
Oo, bali ang nangyari dati is that daytime may trabaho siya sa Cindy's nga, sa burger joint. Cindy's, 'di ba? Dati meron pang Cindy's. Sa gabi tumutugtog siya. Ganun talaga para siyang 24/7, parang ospital. So, kasi kailangan kumita ng pera 'di ba? So, aside from Cindy's, nag-aano pa siya. At hindi pa yon, nagsa-side business pa siya, nagtitinda pa siya ng t-shirt minsan sa mga crew.
Alam mo,
Kasi ganun
importante yung mga dinaanan na gano'n, importante yon. Pero FYI, Grace, no, I also tinikman ko mag-trabaho sa McDonald's as a service crew. Just for status ko. Yeah, because during our time, social ka
sikat
pag sikat ka pag crew. Nung time kasi namin, mga 300 na mag-a-apply as service crew, tapos makukuha lang 6, ganyan lang.
So, sa Kentucky.
Okay. Ako, McDo, 8 to 12. Grabe. Grabe ang no? So,
pero ang sarap na feeling ng kinukuha mo yung sweldo mo. 'Di ba? Ang sarap ng feeling.
Oo, tama.
Pag dadating yung sweldo mo, nag-service crew ka, kahit na, Diyos ko, kahit na sakit na, nagmamaltos na yung paa mo sa kakatayo, tapos ma-receive mo yung sweldo mo, sarap ng feeling.
Alam mo, just yesterday, no, kasi ngayon ang uso sa Pilipinas are support for startup company, no? Mga funding, mga venture capitalists. I just found out na kapag sila pala ay nade-decide for a startup to fund, 30% lang ang technology and 70% is the person. And that includes, tatanungin ka, nung bata ka ba, ano ba maginawa mo? No, they want to see actual experiences you do when you're young para masabing, itong grupo na to may capabilities sila na hawakan tong pondo na to at palakihin yung company. Even even who your friends are, tsaka yung pati yung kung nagtinda ka ba? Kasi business kung sila nagtinda ka ba? Ano mga tininda mo? Ano ko lang nalaman. Actually, ang nag-talk is yung isang kasama ni Dado Banataw, taga Silicon Valley. So, madaming insights. Ako ganun pala yun. It's for you to be really a successful entrepreneur. It's really how you are a person from the time that you're young up to now, no?
Yeah.
I'm so happy, Grace. I'm so happy kasi di ba 25 years na malapit ka na. Silver na yan. Tama ba?
Oo.
So,
pero na ako, entering retirement na ako, semi. Kasi I'm preparing actually my daughter is already there, and she's good naman. She's handling the business very well. And I think she's very mature enough to handle she already learned the ropes of the business. Kaya I think kami ng husband ko parang okay na, tapos na. We don't need so much. I mean, 'di ba? Sa squatter lang naman kami galing. Naalala ko nga yung husband ko, sabi sa akin, Daddy, sabi ko, kaya naman tayo sa pag nasa abroad kami, diba? Kaya naman tayo Michelin star restaurant. Sabi ko gano'n sa kanya. Sabi niya sa akin, Michelin star ka pa dyan. Dati nga, doon ka lang sa jeep kumakain Alam mo lang na Michelin tires. Dati sa jeep ka lang kumakain yung mga plastic sa jeep sa Makati, di ba? Yung mga doon sa gilid-gilid.
Grace, yung turning point, no? Yung turning point na nakikita mo na the life is changing already. Kailan yun? Tapos ano yung feeling? Kailan tong parang na-realize mo na iiba na?
To be very honest, yun nga hindi namin, kaming mag-asawa, hindi namin naramdaman na ganon, na nag-iiba na yung buhay namin. Basta kami, parang feeling namin, pareho pa rin kami dati. Trabaho lang kami, nakikisama kami sa mga tao. Yung hindi namin alam yung angat ng buhay. Wala, sa totoo lang, Ria, talaga walang pumasok sa utak namin na umangat na kami. Totoong-totoo. Yung even our company, sometimes sasabihin lang nila nung ibang tao, parang, uy, ano na kayo kilala na kayo sikat na kayo. Hindi ko alam, hindi namin alam. Kasi at that, every single day, ginagawa lang namin yung gagawin naming mag-asawa. Hindi kami nag-iisip na marami naman pera natin. Hindi talaga. Wala kaming gano'n na iniisip. Basta we live each day, kung ano yung bibigay sa amin ng Diyos, ganyan lang. Hindi kami nag-iisip na, mayaman na pala tayo. Hindi, wala talagang ganon. I swear, wala talagang ganon. Basta everyday, trabaho lang kami. Oo. Trabaho lang kami everyday. Yun lang. Trabaho lang. Nakamute ka, Dr.
Okay.
Ayan.
Kamute ako. So, I'm so happy that you stay grounded, Grace.
Yan naman yung yung tawag ng Diyos to be humble. I mean, all of us, we have, kasi wala naman talaga tayo sa kanya naman lahat galing yan Hindi naman, we are just an instrument. It's just, sa kanya lahat yan. Kumbaga, instrument lang tayo, tiga-bato lang tayo kung ano man yung binigay sa atin. Hindi tayo yung author lahat yan.
There was also a guest of us na madami na sila, no, na guest actually, that when they start being value-laden, yung sinasabi mo, you don't compromise the value. You don't compromise the integrity, no? So, nung time na nag-decide sila na, no, we cannot do this type of work that compromises our value, doon sila nag-start na maging, parang maging maayos yung buhay nila. And I salute people who are like that.
Totoo. I tell you, the people that are doing hunky-punky, that are doing things under the table, that are doing things na mga, kung ano-ano yung mga paliko, I tell you, walang nangyayari din sa buhay nila until now. Ganon pa rin sila, yung kumbaga yung mga alam kong gumagawa ng mga ganyan. Kasi, siyempre, iba naman yung usapan sa mga corrupt sa gobyerno. Sa ano na yan, sa impyerno na yan uusigin. Pero, yung normal na tao, walang mangyayari. Kung halimbawa, yung lagay-lagay, yung mga ganon, wala. Hindi kayo talaga aabante. Pagka ginawa yung ganon.
And besides nga, minsan, sa daming, I don't know, no, sa gobyerno, dami pa rin kasing pati COVID taking advantage of, no?
Exactly.
Parang hindi na-kontento ko ano meron sila. Well,
yun nga
salute.
Yeah, that's the beauty. Sa akin kasi, sabi ko nga, 'di ba, naging mahirap kami, nasa squatter kami. And yet, I was not able to feel the scarcity at that time. It's how you change your your perception of things. Kasi nanggaling kami sa hirap ng asawa ko. Naalala ko nga, sinabi ko nga na 100 plus countries. Minsan nandun kami naalala ko to clearly, nasa Bosnia kami, 2 na sa airport. Kung ano yung joy na nandun kami sa Luneta or sa Port Santiago, pareho rin. Pareho rin yung joy na nandun ka sa ibang country. I tell you, walang pinagkaiba. It's just your perception. How you perceive things, how you appreciate things. So, minsan yung iba sasabihin kasi, hindi, mayaman. Because you are limiting yourself. And mayaman kayo, nakakarating kayo sa iba. But even if it's just Luneta, but you know, you perceive it differently. Iba yung dating sa iba pa rin yung feeling na happiness na pwedeng ibigay sa iyo.
Yeah.
So yun.
But then again, Grace, how about a change in lifestyle? Meron bang ganon? Because you really have to.
Yeah, yun lang yung change of lifestyle. Kasi, yun, actually, ang nangyari is that, since I have lumbar problem parang yun, parang mahirap mag-travel na economy. Parang ganon. So, kami, yun lang yung lifestyle na parang hindi ko mabitawan. Pero other than that, okay, I mean, I'm okay with everything kasi masakit talaga yung lumbar ko pagka matagalan ng biyahe. Kaya I would really prefer like, you know, having business class. Yun ang na-change. Yeah. Other than that, wala naman.
Kasi pinanonood ko yung mga video mo na nasa business class ka.
Yung asawa ko kasi hilig mag-post Ayaw ko nga, naiya ako
So, this time si Ella naman, yung question mo, Ella. Yeah, ang ganda ng mga advices.
Yeah. So, start na tayo, ma'am, doon sa question. Nag-echo yata ako, ma'am. Wait lang. Ayan. So, my first question po, Ma'am Grace, is what is your best project?
Best project. Yung unang-unang project namin na naggawa is yung College of Siquijor. Kasi nga, at that time, ang pinaka-ano ko kasi is education. Yun yung parang mas nagbibigay kami ng attention sa education. Kasi bakit kamo? Kasi ang naisip ko, pag education, may pag-asang iangat ng bata ang pamilya nila. 'Di ba? Kung mahirap man, kung naiangat mo yung education, merong possibility kahit paano, may possibility. That's why in our office as well, pag 8 years and above, yung 50% ng tuition nung mga anak nila, ina-absorb namin. Kasi hindi man namin maiangat yung buhay nila ngayon, baka sakali yung mga anak nila, pwedeng iangat ang buhay nila lahat. So, I always believe in education. So for me, yung nagtayo kami sabi nga ng asawa ko buti pa yung mga tinutulungan mo, may building, ikaw wala ka pang building. Kasi when we visited Siquijor, nakita namin yung building nga nung college. That is that initial project that I had. Nagbibigay kami ng pera for that school para yung mga tiga Siquijor, yung mga Carmelites na nagtuturo, may mga bata doon na makagraduate at makatulong sa pamilya nila. So that's one. And then after that, puro mga scholarship na lang yung ginagawa namin.
Ganda, ma'am, ng sagot niya kasi, Ma'am Ria, naka-mute ka.
Miss Universe ba?
Pag Miss Universe. Best country. Best country.
Best country. Yun nga, lagi din sa akin tinatanong yan best country. Kasi, like, sa akin, iba-iba pacing kasi, stages depende din dun sa stage mo. Kasi as you age, parang mas gusto mo na yung nature. So, kung nature, ang best sa akin is yung Faroe Islands. Yung nakita nyo dun sa video, yung pinakahuli. So, that's one of the best, and also Greenland. Pero kung halimbawa, yung mga city, halimbawa yung mga bata ka pa, mga city, gusto mo yung ano, I think for me, Italy. Italy is very nice. Maganda ang Italy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yun.
Any regrets in life, Grace?
Regrets, siguro ano lang, pero hindi, may purpose yun eh, yung mag-asawa, yung magkaanak ako ng maaga. May purpose naman din yun eh, kung bakit nangyari yun. Kasi siguro without my firstborn, wala din direksyon siguro kaagad ang buhay namin mag-asawa. Kasi my firstborn was the one that, gave us direction in our life. Kaya masyado kami naging focus and goal-oriented. Kasi because of our firstborn. So, siguro, regrets, parang wala akong maisip na regrets ko sa buhay.
Gracie Feliz is also tourism.
No, she's European languages.
Okay.
Buti nga,
Pero
ko
do you
yung
see...
Kasi
pero,
sila lahat sa UP.
Oo.
Tsaka puro mga yan, cum laude. O, diba?
Laude,
sabi ng mga anak ko, Mommy, don't be proud of your kalokohan when you were young, ha? Nakakahiya sa amin.
Are all your kids pero all your kids are will be part of the company?
No, the second one is architecture siya, BS architecture siya sa UP.
Yeah,
so nakagraduate din siya. So naghintay lang siya ng board, pero I think she plans to study again. And then yung third naman, veterinarian sa UP Los Baños. So yung youngest mag-graduate pa lang this March ng high school.
High school pa. Nga pala, because pareho kayo ni Maripas na merong RT sa UP. Magkabatch yan, di ba?
Mag-classmate sila.
Okay.
Ayan.
Sige,
Next question po natin is, Ma'am Grace, what is your best and most significant investment?
Significant investment. At that time kasi, nag-invest kami ng husband ko sa properties. So, nabili kami ng mga properties at that time. Kasi parang naisip ko, sabi ko, pagka hindi mo ininvest tong pera, wala, lilipad lang siya eh. Until such time, nag-stop naman kami mag-invest ng properties. Nag-ipon naman kami. Talagang mabait ang Diyos eh. So, nung nag-ipon naman kami, yun pala, kaya kami nag-ipon. Kasi ito nga, mangyayari ito. Sabi siguro niya, huwag ka nang bumili ng properties kasi mahirapan ka lang magbayad niya ng $1,000,000. Kaya nag-stop din kami. Pero yun nga, ang investment is, I think one of the best would be yung we are actually building a house in Nuvali at the moment. So, hopefully matapos na para we can transfer already after this pandemic. So, yun.
Saan ka ba ngayon, Grace?
Portofino Heights. Dito sa, malapit sa Evia, Lifestyle, Danghari.
Kasi I saw that in your wedding. Sana pinakita mo sa kanila yung wedding mo.
Mamaya, Ma'am Ria.
Oo, kailan na lang kami na kinasal ng asawa ko, biro mo. 2012.
Hindi na kasi sila nag-church wedding.
Oo. Kaya noong 2012 lang kami nag-wedding.
So, mas bongga yun, ma'am.
Oo. Siyempre, alam mo ba, marami pa eh. Kasi yun nga eh. Yung marriage naman, hindi naman yan basta-basta eh. Diba? So, at that time, before 2012, roller coaster yung relationship namin ng husband ko. Kasi nga, wala pang blessing ng Diyos eh. Kumbaga, walang wedding, sacrament of marriage. So, halos mag-iwalay na kami at that time. Parang sabi ko, iwalay na nga lang tayo kasi sabi ko, hirap-hirap nito eh. 'Di ba? Parang, alam mo marami kang iniisip. So, I talked to my eldest. Sabi ko, anak, gusto na namin maghiwalay ng daddy mo eh. Sabi niya, alam mo, sabi ng eldest ko, oo, sabi niya, you know, mommy, nothing is more secure to us than having a secured family. Sabi niya sa akin. Siyempre naman, para ako nalaglag sa upuan ko noon. Sabi ko nung sinabi sa akin noon. Kasi ang nanay ko din ganun. Kahit na yung tatay ko, medyo inom ng inom araw-araw, hindi niya talaga hiniwalay. Hindi sila talaga naghiwalay. So anyway, after hearing that from my eldest, after few months, church wedding na kami. And you know, really, after that church wedding, yan na yung mga blessings sunod-sunod na. Sunod-sunod na yung mga blessing. And that is the time that I became closer to the Lord after the wedding. Diyan na yung transformation ko.
Grace, ibig mo sabihin, nung araw, ano ba kayo? Sa civil wedding ba?
So, or lang. Oo,
civil wedding.
Civil lang. Civil lang. Ganun lang. Pero importante sa talaga yung sacrament of marriage. Yung may blessing ka ng nasa
yeah, ilang taon na kayo nagsasama nung nagpakasal kayo sa church?
2012 eh. So 1990 plus 2012. So 2012 year, 20 plus years.
Oo, 20 plus years. No? So imagine guys, no, 20 plus years na sila nagsasama na civil wed, nung nag-decide sila to be in a church, to have a church wedding.
Yun lang. After the church yan na. Dire-diretso na yan. Doon na nag-start yung sunod-sunod na blessings. Yun nga. Minsan yun yung going back to sinabi mo, maraming masipag, maraming matyaga. You know, sometimes you just have to stop. Magsipag at tyaga, di ba sinasabi? You just have to stop and then analyze again what you're doing. Somewhere along the way, meron kang maling ginagawa. It could be your attitude towards other people. It could be meron for sure. That is for sure. Sometimes we are blinded eh. Not sometimes, most of the times we are blinded. Kasi ang iniisip natin yung gusto nating isipin. 'Di ba? Kasi yun yung alam natin eh. Pero without us knowing, meron tayong maling ginagawa. Ayaw lang nating tanggapin. And I think minsan yun ang nangyayari with others that are not being successful, pero ang sipag-sipag nila. Stop and then analyze kung ano yung mali. Meron for sure.
Actually, Grace, the pandemic gives everyone the chance to review themselves. Oo.
Exactly. True.
Madaming taong ganyan na, alam mo yung preoccupied ka everyday, gigising ka maga, tapos ang dami mong gagawin, tapos pagod, natulog, kinabukasan, gano'n naman. Wala na eh. Pinaglipasan ka, walang planning, walang sense of reflection. No? So ngayon, I see the pandemic a very productive time for everyone to really reassess life. Tama yun, I agree with you, Grace. Baka may iba pa, no, na at stake for you. Yes. Yeah. Okay. How about who's your hero or idol or somebody you mirror your life with?
Ako, I always parang I love Mother Teresa. Nagpunta pa nga kami doon sa sa Macedonia, so ko siya, parang selfless, ganyan. Parang serve to really just serve. Kasi sa akin ngayon, to be very honest, I think what my calling right now is to really serve the Lord. So, yun yung tingin ko na calling right now because parang wala nang weight sa akin din yung kung ano yung ino-offer ng mundo. Parang ang sa akin is like really more on right now is serving the Lord. And how do you serve the Lord? By serving others. So, yun lang. So,
si Mother Teresa is a feminine genius. Actually, ang feminine genius is a term that came from Pope John Paul II Kasi ang favorite saint ko is Pope John Paul II and Santa Rita de Cassia naman. So si Santa Rita de Cassia is a feminine genius. And then Mother Teresa is also a feminine genius. Yan ang mga ni Pope, no? Kasi ang akala nila feminine genius is about being smart or genius, but it's not. Kasi yung feminine genius kasi has certain attributes. Yun yung pinopromote ko talaga, Grace. Yung attributes ng feminine. And Mother Teresa is one perfect example. Kasi si Mother Teresa, no matter what, basta may lumapit sa kanya, gagawa siya ng way para matulungan yon in whatever way. Kaya nga ang feminine genius, the gift of self, no? Kahit ano pa, hindi siya titigil hanggat hindi niya na-i-offer yung sarili niya.
Yeah. It's service.
It's good to open Mother Teresa, yes.
Yeah.
Ayan. So, next question po, ma'am, is what else you want to achieve or what else remains undone?
What else remains undone? I think it's just like right now just serving the Lord. Yun lang. Balik lang ako doon. Wala na akong kailangang i-prove pa sa sarili ko. I don't have to prove anything to myself nor to anybody. I have to prove something to the one up there. So, yun lang ang I think that those are the things that I need to do to prove myself to him that if I'm worthy of being his daughter.
Kasi pinas on mo, no? Pero I just remember one story also yung isa siyang sikat na dentist, pero yung mom niya is an inventor. But the mom has as many dreams. Nung na-attain niya yung dream niya, at the age of 50, binitawan niya na yung company. Ang nagkwento sa akin yung anak. Ngayon yung anak, inventor na naman sa kanya yung isa sa kilalang mouthwash. Sabi ko talaga, ganun pala yun, sabi ko, at a certain point in time na when you feel like you're done, bibitawan mo na yung ginagawa mo and then might as well do philanthropic works, di ba?
Yeah, true. Yan, ganyan yung asawa ko. Sabi nga, lagi nga sinasabi, kung meron akong 60 or 70 years, another 10 or 20 years pa that na itatagal ko dito sa mundo, I'd like to spend it naman, yung to nourish my spirituality. Sabi ng asawa ko, at least naman yung remaining time na nandito sa mundo, pagsilbihan naman ng Panginoon. Kasi puro naman tayo sa sarili natin in the past. So, I think it's about time to do it. But of course, everybody can serve the Lord naman, even they're working. As I've said, do everything with love. And that's that's do everything with love to the other person, like as if you're doing it for the Lord.
We are actually yung laborem exorcisms. Sigurado alam to ni Feliz, nasa UP siya eh. So there's this building with the laborem exorcisms. Spirituality of work is also one of the guiding principle of the feminine genius. Yung sinabi mo, Grace, na to work is to serve the God. And working best is your gateway to heaven. Ang akala ng ibang tao, palagi na-emphasize natin, akala ibang tao pag nag-work ka, it's for your employer. But actually, it's not. It's for the God.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Dignity of work.
Dignity of work. Wow. Bago yan sa akin, Mama. Charger. And so, next question po, Ma'am Grace, is that if you are not who you are right now, then who would you be? Or what would you be?
Kung hindi ako si Grace
Kung
Axalan
hindi
ngayon.
ikaw.
You have to remember, galing lang ako sa squatter. So, kung hindi ako si Grace Axalan ngayon, kung hindi ko ginawa yung dapat kong gawin, baka siguro, nandun pa rin ako sa Tampunting, nagtitinda siguro. Kasi I mean, I cannot be any other person than I am now. I'm really fulfilled with who I am right now. I mean, I'm okay with myself, but comparing to kung halimbawa lesser me naman, kung sakasakali going back to where I came from, I wala naman akong possible options, 'di ba? Katulad nga
Okay.
nung anak ko, sabi niya, yung anak ko, kasi doon lumaki din si Felices. Probably she was like 6 years old or 7 years old. Sabi niya, Mami, yung kababata ko doon sa Tambunting, GRO doon sa Pegasus. So, di ba? So, I mean,
Oo, tama.
ganun eh. Yan ang sirkulo namin eh. Wala kang magawa. Di ba? Yun naman yun, we just have to be truthful. So, ako, kung
Hindi, Grace,
sakasakali,
Grace yung nag-offer sa'yo na sinabi mo, I need $1,500 and I need a apartment. Kung nag-no yun,
eh di
what
back to
happened?
Kenstar pa rin ako. Kenstar pa rin, probably. Pero I'm seeing myself talaga to be a business owner. Kasi meron
Business
akong goal
owner.
nun eh. Oo, may goal na talaga ako na sabi ko, by the age of this, I need to have my own business. By the age of this, I have to, ganyan. Nag-goal setting din ako nun.
Maganda, ma'am. Okay, Ma'am Ria, finally, nandito na tayo sa last question.
At sa pinakamagandang question yan.
So, our final question for you, Ma'am Grace, is that how can you help the feminine genius advocacy of Dr. Ria Liza?
How can I help? Well, kayo, if like you need anything, at the moment I don't know pa kung how I can help. But if you need anything, you just let me know so we can see if like we could be able to do it. I'm willing. But right now I don't know really pa kung ano yung kung ano yung need, yung requirements, etc.
Yeah, actually, iniisip ko din how the help to women when it comes to a person in the tourism industry. Livelihood, etc. Well, we can we can
expand that. Yeah.
Yes.
Siyempre, mahirap naman. Kailangan yan in so many sittings yan, di ba?
Oo, yes. Thank you, Grace. And while habang saglit lang to, can you write 5 words in the private chat? Pakinumberan na lang, Grace, ng 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 words na pahuhulaan mo sa mga viewers at ikaw din magbibigay ng clue, no? Okay? So, standby tayo, guys, sa Pinoy Henyo. Sige, mag-shoutout ka muna, Ella.
Ayan, teka na, kamute ba ako? So, ayan, I would like to shout out all of you na nandyan pa rin, nagtsatsaga. Salamat sa inyong suporta kay Dr. Ria Liza. Ayan, titingin lang ako dito sa YT kasi may limitation sa StreamYard pag scroll up ko. Ayan, so, shout out po kay sis Amiga Bicolana. Ayan, hindi ko na shout out kanina, pumasok siya. Thank you so much from Team Shine. And also, pumasok rin si Ayang Lopez. Ayan. Mega love shout out to you. And Marvelous, thank you for inspiring us, Mrs. Grace, sabi niya. Ayan. And pumasok rin si Sis Hello Mix TV, all the way from Hong Kong yan. Nag-shoutout siya kay Sis Amiga Bicolana. Hi, Sis. And nakikinig lang daw siya host, sabi ni Hello Mix TV. And it's me, Ma'am Kat. Ganda ng mga advices daw ni Ma'am Grace. Ayan. And pumasok rin, I would like to shout out po from Team Yakap, si Mami Grace, Gracia My Own Style. Yan po yung channel niya. Ayan, nag-love shout out Mami Grace. And also, ayan, sabi po ni Gracia My Own Style. Hello, Miss Ella. Ayan, you're welcome, Ella once. And kay Sis Amiga Bicolana, thank you po sa paggamit ng emoji po ng Feminine Genius. And also, pumasok rin si Tao 3. Ayan, ma'am, hindi ko alam kung friend mo ito, Ma'am Ria, si Tao 3. And
Yes,
also yung
regular viewer natin.
yung main account po ng channel ni Ma'am Kat. Salamat, Ma'am Kat. And si Scarlett Official, thank you so much, sis, for tuning in. Hi po. Ayan, ang shoutout po siya. Nag-love shoutout din kay Sharon TV Channel. Nag-stay talaga si Sharon TV Channel ngayon. Ayan, isama ko na siya sa attendance, Ma'am Ria.
Member ng Feminine Genius si Sharon eh.
And si Mardy Shopping, hello host. Ayan, hello Mardy Shopping. Ayan. Sabi ni Sis Scarlett, you're welcome, Sis Ella. Mardy Shopping harang daw, Ma'am Ria. Hi, Sis Sha and Ma'am Kat, sabi ni Scarlett. And mega love shoutout po, Ma'am Scarlett, sabi ni Ma'am Kat. Pretty skincare harang, sabi ni Mardy Shopping. Wow. Social lang mga harang mo, Ma'am Ria. And nagsha-shoutout din si Sharon TV Channel kay Sis Scarlett and Ma'am Kat. And mega love shoutout po kay Sir Javier Centeno na sending virtual hug. And then gising pa daw si Sharon. Gising pa ako, Ma'am Ella, sabi ni Sharon. Laging busy na ito si Sharon sa business din eh. And mega love shoutout kay Mardy Shopping. Sabi niya, hello mga pretty host. Lady Mardy here. Ayan. Si Lady Mardy pala to. Si Mardy Shopping. And to all of you, again, thank you so much po sa mga friends dyan na very supportive po na viewer po ng Facebook. Hindi ko masundan, Ma'am Ria, kung sa Facebook din may mga viewers tayo doon, no? Hindi ko siya makita. Pero I would like to shout out all of you na viewers po ng mga friends po ni Ma'am Ria dyan sa Facebook Live. Ayan. Back to you, Ma'am Ria. Excited na kami sa Papinoy Henyo mo.
Yeah, excited din ako sa mga question eh. So, stay tuned na. So, reviewin nyo na yung mga lecture nyo for the
Actually,
5 questions of grace.
May humabol si Susan Magdaleno Flores. Ayan, mega love shoutout to you, Susan.
I think Susan is a friend of Grace.
Okay, yan, Flores ka mag-anak ng mother ko. Kiniklaim na eh.
Well, Flores ka nga pala.
Oo, mother ko. Ayan, hello Kurt. Ayan, virtual hugs may pa-virtual hugs si Kurt. Thank you so much, Kurt. Dagdag ko lang dito si
Okay. So, number 1. Ikaw magbibigay ng clue pa-isa-isa lang, Grace. Okay. So, ayan na. Word number 1.
Ako magbibigay ng clue.
Yes.
Brand name. Brand name ng company namin.
Doon nga ako nalilito Grace. Sabi ko, may gantong term, tas may ganito. Sabi ko, ano kaya talaga sa dalawa? Nung pala brand name
Yeah, oo. Kasi yung brand name, we have to use a brand name. Kasi otherwise, yung ibang mga passengers kasi, when they see the company name, they go to us. Ang hirap dahil lagi pinakausap namin, tapos sasabihin, pumunta kayo sa travel agency. So, we tried to really remove our, para brand name na lang talaga.
Tama.
Ayun, si Alwin Pantig, Tours Are Us.
Alwin, Tours Are Us.
Pinsan ko yan. Kaya alam niya.
Alwin, you give paki-type lang yung Gcash and then pag na ni Ella, paki-erase mo na. Okay, word number 2.
Word number 2. Ano nga ba yung word number 2? Wait. This is what we do for the agents. I mean, was conceptualized by my daughter, Denise. This is one of the projects that she had during the crisis. Ano yun?
Yung in-offer niya ng daughter mo for free yan, Grace?
Oo, for free. Webinars? Yeah, tama. Pero, pwede na rin.
Malapit na, malapit na.
Isa
Malapit
pa.
na.
Yan yung unang-una niyang ginawa. Pero
Other
yung
than
last niyang
that,
ginawa, meron. Other than that, may isa pa. Yung last na last.
oo.
Yung last na ginawa niya.
Ginawa niya yata yun na September eh.
Oo, sa Switzerland. Yan na yung
Oo.
tour, yung clue ha, sa Switzerland. Wala pa rin?
Alam nila
meron
yan.
ang mga tao dito eh, oo. Ginawa niya yung
Ayun,
sa
meron na.
Switzerland. Virtual tour. Yan, si Susan yun. Ito
Yeah.
agent din namin, si Miss Susan. Hello, Miss Susan.
So the first one is Ma'am Kat.
Si Ma'am Kat pala ang una. Okay.
The first one is Ma'am Kat, Susan is next, and then Kurt is sayang. So mauna eh. So Ma'am Kat, congratulations. Okay. Next.
Next is, yun. Apart from the brand name, what is our company name? Madali lang yan.
Parang masyadong madali yun ha.
Oo nga eh.
Parang masyadong madali yun. Company name. Company name.
Oo. Wala. Ayun. Sige, ayan na.
Kailangan buo, di ba?
Kailangan daw buo.
Kailangan buo. Kailangan buo.
Oo.
So should be buo.
Yeah.
Should be buo.
It should be buo.
The whole company name.
Tradewings Tours and Travel Corp. Ang dali naman ni Ma'am Kat. Nauna na naman.
Yun yung buo.
Oo.
Yeah.
Tradewings Tours. Mali eh. Tradewings Tools.
Oo nga. Patay tayo dyan.
Ano yun? Mali spelling.
Hindi. Wrong spelling. Wrong eh. Ma'am Kat.
Okay.
Ayun. Kinorek niya. Tours. Teka. Marvelous. Ang sumunod kasi si Marvelous eh. Marvelous. So, sinong nanalo? Sinong nanalo?
Si Mars Marvelous.
Sinong nanalo? Marvelous.
Tama ba yung kay Marvelous?
Mars.
Oo.
Mars.
Trading Stores and Travel Corp.
Oo.
Yes.
Okay, nauna siya.
Word number 3. Hi, hello, sis Shenalu. Harang pa daw. And then Ayang Lopez, yes, lahat pwede sumali.
Word number 4. Word number 4. How many countries I've been? Yeah. Ilang countries?
How many countries? 6 minutes delayed. 6 seconds delayed kasi. Ayun!
103.
Galing naman, Tao 3.
Number
Next.
5 has... wala. May isa
ba?
pang word. Wala ka isang
eh.
word. Oo.
Isang word. Ano pa ba? Okay. Ano yung name? Ano yung name ng marketplace na ginawa namin for the travel agent?
Ako, mahirap yan. Pero kung nag-take sila ng notes, nasa ano yan, nasa PowerPoint niya sa last, second to the last PowerPoint. It's an e-commerce, no, Grace?
Ha? Wala.
It's an e-commerce.
Yeah, but they have to deal directly with with the agent selling. So Yan. Oh, e-commerce din. PH Philippine Travel
Tama ba
Marketplace.
to?
Ito may
Tama ba
file
itong term na to? Parang mali eh.
Ayan, si Ma'am Kat na una, PH Travel Marketplace. Tama.
PH Travel, yeah. PH Travel Marketplace. Kasi yung
Yeah,
kay Susan, it's Philippines.
Susan.
Pero Ma'am Kat is the
Yeah.
first one sa pag-type, no?
Mm-mm.
Galing ni Ma'am Kat, ah.
Oo nga eh.
Nag-lecture.
Magkano
Okay,
yung
so,
ano?
thank you for that.
Magkano ba yung price? Ako na magbibigay.
No, kung gusto mo magbigay, ano ka na lang sa kanila, paano sila Ella mabibigyan ni Grace? Mag-question siya or what? All those who ni Grace.
Ha?
Oo, lahat ng active ngayon. yung naiwan ngayon, yung naiwan ngayon.
Maliliit lang naman yan.
Okay.
Sige, mag-shoutout sila ma'am ng
consolation prize. Ma-consolation prize.
Ayan no, tuwang-tuwa si Kurt.
Yung mga sumagot kanina ng wrong. Yung mga sumagot ng wrong kanina. Ganun na lang.
Sige. Paano niya lang? I-summarize niya na lang. Tapos i-send
konti lang yung sumagot eh.
Oo. Siyempre, yung iba actually madami tayo ngayon, kaya yung iba spectator lang, di ba? Okay. So siyempre Ella, no, we cannot let the CEO, managing director of Tradewings, not to give us a sample.
Yes.
Kasi pag hindi siya nabigay ng sample, sagot ng asawa niya.
Alin?
So, kailangan namin ng sample. Oo. Ng talent portion.
Oh my gosh.
Kailangan namin this is a talent portion. So, anything, ano ba gusto niyong gawin na, ipakita ni Grace sa inyo?
Excited sila sa ma'am? Consolation.
Consolation.
May tatlong na shoutout. Ano daw ang gusto niyo pa-challenge kay Ma'am Grace?
Wala na yung talent.
Gusto niyo bang kumanta si Ma'am?
Wag na.
Or yung yung bag, ano ba yun Ma'am? Yung dati?
Bag raid. Cellphone
bag raid.
House raid.
Tingnan namin yung laman ng bag mo, Ma'am. Ganon. O, syusera sila, Ma'am.
Dance daw eh.
Dance?
Dance wala akong dance, alam. TikTok nga, hindi ko magawa-gawa eh.
O sige daw, sing and dance na lang. Kung ayaw mo ng dance lang.
Sing and dance, lalo pa.
Uy, Ma'am, sila
pero na lang
wedding ni Ma'am.
Yung wedding mo
na nabanggit mo kanina, di ba? Oo. Tingnan natin kung gano'ng kaganda yung kanyang mga gown. Pwede rin.
Hindi. Yung lang, yung wedding siguro, what's this? Pwede ba i-show? YouTube eh. Sa YouTube.
Yes, share video. Yan, video?
Hanapin ko, oo.
Dalawa kasi yan eh, share video tsaka share file. Share video.
Okay.
Tingnan mo, Ella, nagsisiyehe dahil alam nila may constellation prize. Nagsisilitaw bigla.
Sige.
Nabuhay sila.
Hindi na mga buhay. So, gusto nila, excited sila makita yung wedding mo. Actually, pinanood ko din yun.
Teka ha. Sandali. So, share screen.
Share file. Share video file.
Share. Actually, screen din siya kasi nasa YouTube eh.
Nasa YouTube.
So, share. Tama ba?
Yes,
Share. Chrome tab. Ayan. Yan,
Entire
na-share na.
screen.
Oo. Entire screen. Ayan na, na-share.
Yeah. Yeah. Wala talagang sound yan? Ano ka? Share
Meron.
sound? Pa-repeat. Pa-repeat. No, kailangan pinindot mo dapat yung share audio kanina. Pa-reshare na lang. Share screen. Tapos, click mo yung audio. Share audio.
Ulit. So, stop share screen. Pag na-share screen, share audio din.
Click audio.
Share audio. Okay.
Jesus said to his disciples, "As the Father has loved me, so I have loved you. Live on with my love. You will live in my love if you keep my commandments, even as I have kept my Father's commandments and live in his love. All this I tell you so that my joy may be yours, and your joy may be complete. This is my commandment: love one another as I have loved you."
Hi, Daddy. Actually, this is our 22nd year. We wanted to do it on the 25th, pero hindi na bagay. Marami na akong wrinkles doon. So, I think it's better. Whatever we can do now, we have to do it now. Time is
if I was stronger than I believe the showing if I was stronger than I would up and go, but here I am, and here we go again.
Ayan. O, yun na.
Ang
O, ayan
ganda-ganda.
na. Pwede na kayo magpakasal. Pag-ipunan nyo doon yung gano'ng kasal.
Wala yun, napanood
Advice
yun yung
all
kasal
word.
namin.
Ang ganda.
Na-stop ko na ba? Na-stop ko yung camera, no? Okay. Okay.
Kaya, oo. Grace, before you leave us, no, may I know, do you think will be the safe time to travel abroad?
I guess pag may mga vaccine na roll out sa atin,
So,
pag may vaccine, yeah. Yun lang talaga eh.
so matagal pa.
Otherwise, yeah. Yeah. So, ang mangyayari ngayon, kaya nga sabi ko, there might be a vaccine tourism. Kasi, ang mangyayari is that other countries na tapos na ma-vaccinate ang population nila can offer vaccine to other countries na gusto.
So, ibig sabihin, Grace, kahit ibaba pa ng government yung quarantine level, like maging MGCQ na yan, MGCQ pinakamababa siguro, hindi pa rin safe to travel. Hindi nakadepende doon.
Yeah.
So, is it, marami pa bang bansa ang nagbaban sa Pilipinas na makapasok sa kanila?
At the moment, yun na nga wala. Hindi naman nagbaban sa Pilipinas kasi it's just that wala talaga, stop talaga ngayon ng traveling except for other, like, few countries lang, 5 lang yata. Pero other than that, wala naman nagbaban pa sa Pilipinas. Yun nga ang worry ko, sabi ko nga sa daughter ko. My only worry now is that baka i-ban yung Filipinos with our increasing cases and with the new variant sa atin, sa Philippine variant, baka tayo yung iban. Baka mag-start na. Yun lang yung worry ko. Kasi at the moment, wala pa talaga nagbaban sa atin. Yeah.
Alright. So, okay, guys, last
Okay.
words na lang sa ating viewers. Last words before you leave.
Yeah. Oh. So anyway, it's been nice to be up at this time. Normally, talagang kami mag-asawa, mga 9 o'clock talaga tulog
Tulog na.
But, it's really worth it to be with you, with, that you guys, especially Dr. Ria and Ella, and also to all the viewers. Maraming po salamat for your time. I didn't know that there are late sleeper ganitong oras. Gising pa talaga, nakikinig pa talaga. Kasi sabi ko, mga ganito, wala nang, kaya nga sabi ng husband ko, baka naman mga isa na lang yung follower or makikinig.
Hindi naman,
Kasi nga,
ma'am.
hanggang 12 eh. Because kami kasi, we don't know, nabubuhay lang kami mag-asawa within our limits lang. So we never realized that meron pala talaga ganito na kalik na nanonood pa rin.
Yes, oo.
Salamat, maraming salamat.
Last week, Grace, the topic is about food is essential. So we have all the people in the restaurant business. Inabot kami na mag-2 o'clock.
Oh my God.
Ayaw matapos ng usapan eh. Talagang hindi matapos pa. Halos 2. Depende sa guest. May mga guest kami na umaabot talaga ng past 1. Hindi natatapos eh. Tapos sasagot pa yung mga viewers. Ay, matapos yung usapan. But ito yung
sabi
pagpupuyat
ni Ma'am, pag Saturday lang daw nagpupuyat.
Yeah.
Actually,
yes,
this is my
ma'am.
first time na yan. Yeah. Anyway,
saka
yung last
Grace?
words naman, yes. Saka,
Sulit naman daw ang pagpupuyat.
Sulit ang pupuyat.
okay, salamat po. Anyway, for the last words, I think, yun nga, as I always say, I always tell them, my team, my daughters, my husband, sabi ko nga, yung last words ko na sinabi kanina, that the only way to move forward during this time of pandemic is to really help each other. So, sabi ko nga, how do you help another person? You don't have to go out helping another person. You just have to pray for them. Pray for them. That is very important right now. Pray for one another. Let's pray for each other that this will be over. Let's pray for the people that are in the hospital. Sometimes like me, when I'm just taking my nap sa afternoon, nakahiga lang ako. I'm praying our Father, our Father, our Father. Dire-diretso yan. I'm thinking of those that are intubated and offering those prayers to them. So, yun lang, ganun lang. It's really, it might help, it could help the person. Yung mga lalo na nasa ICU. Yun.
Yes.
Our Father.
And remember, Grace, dahil sa pagdadasal mo sa ibang tao, isa ka sa na-influensyahan mo.
Ay, thank you.
Yeah. Yung pag-attend that pero.
Oo.
Yeah. So, Grace, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing everything to us. You're an inspiration.
Thank you.
Kung sino yung
Ma'am
mga
Grace.
shoot out na lang, pa-check na lang, and then just let me know how.
Yes,
yung mga
ma'am.
nag-shout
Actually, ito na babasahin ko. Kasi kitang tuwa sila. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lang sila na nag-interact.
Okay.
Na hindi na
basahin mo, baka may umangal basahin mo yung mga names.
Si Kurt, si Nito.
Hindi tayo panoorin next Saturday.
Hindi ko na complete si Nitoy. Teka.
Si Nitoy, wag na, tao ko yan eh. Yan ang pinakatagal ko.
Ganun.
Si Ayang, si Nitoy, pinaka-senior ko yan.
Si
Nito,
Tiffany,
yan.
si Javier,
Sharon TV channel, Tiffany
Sharon,
Ayang
Kurt,
Lopez, Tao 3, si Sir Javier Centeno,
and then
syempre
Kurt,
si Mommy Ella.
si Mommy Ella Wall, syempre. And
okay. So anyway, just send it to me, Ella, so that at least we'll coordinate with Dr. Ria. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Grace.
Yes, thank you for everyone. Thank you for staying up. Salamat. I will leave the studio na. Good night.
Good night po, ma'am. Thank you din po. Ma'am Ria. Ayan, napakabait ni Ma'am Grace.
Yes, oo. It's true.
Sabi nila, tuwang-tuwa talaga siya. Natawa talaga. Puro mga yehey, yahoo. Wow, yehey.
Oo, dapat syempre yung count lang yung mga nag-yehey. Nasaan yung mga nag-yehey?
Ang ganda ng wedding niya, ma'am. Napakabongga.
Super.
Ayan
Gusto
sa mga...
nagpo-pole dancing.
Oo, sila. Ang cute tingnan.
Hindi ko pala natanong si Grace na yung venue ng wedding niya, doon niya rin kinasal si Carmina eh. Andito pa ba yung mga tao ni mga friends
Andyan pa si
Ayang Lopez.
Ayang Lopez. Thank you po.
Tama ba yung venue ng wedding ni Grace is the venue of the wedding of Carmina Villaruel? I think it's the same venue.
Katuwa yung mga guest niyo po, ma'am, lahat talaga po is pinopromote yung prayers at si God po. Sabi ni Ma'am Kat.
Yes. True.
Opo, doon daw, ma'am, yung wedding ni Carmina. Talaga? Anong pangalan nun, ma'am?
Portofino.
Saan ba located yan? Pupuntahan daw yata ng mga single.
Anong exit niyan? South, ano ba yun? Southville ba yun? Ano yung kasunod ng... Okay. Siyempre, sulit yung pag-wait nila. At saka ang pinakamaganda doon na learning is that nung nandun na sila, may blessing na sila, naging maayos sila mag-asawa, di ba? Naging maayos and then the blessings come in. And
Ganun
totoo
talaga
yun,
kapag
guys,
may
ha? Totoo yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na so many years ago, I have a student na nag-suicide. Nakikita siguro ni Grace sa sa Facebook ko. So, chinat niya ako. Sabi niya, what happened? Tapos, nagsabi ko na ganito. Tapos, sabi niya, can I have the full name? Kasi I will pray for her. So nung ganon, Ella, hindi pa tayo magkakilala. At that time,
Doon ka nag-start na maging prayerful pala.
Yes. And then, doon ako nag-start na mag-pray na ibang tao. Hindi ako masyado nag-pray ako, pero nakilala ko. Si Grace kasi kahit di niya kilala, pinag-pray niya. Kasi di naman niya kilala yung estudyante ko, out of the blue lang nakita niya eh. Yeah. So, doon ako nag-start na mag-pray sa mga taong hindi ko kilala.
Oo, tama kasi yun lang eh.
At saka kasi si Grace, pag nanghingi siya ng name, full name. Kaya ngayon, pag nagpa-pray ako sa ibang tao, hinihingi ko rin yung full name.
Full name,
diba, it's so good kapag, nalaman mo namin na influensya ka ibang tao. Tapos, tayo rin naman, as person, imitate natin yung magagandang practices ng ibang tao, di ba? Para sa ikakaganda ng buhay.
Tama. Actually, yan. Sana na-inspire kayo. Ako na-inspire ako kay Ma'am Grace.
Yeah,
Biruin mo, ma'am. Di ba? Parang yung life niya napaka-humble din yung beginning, di ba, ma'am?
Totoo kasi.
Kaya ang nagsisipag talaga sila. Yan, tama na talaga yung ginagawa nila. Hanggang sa naging successful. Parang gusto ko siyang ma'am, gusto kong matutunan yung ni Ma'am Grace, yung doon sa travel and tours. Di parang sabi niya, pwedeng magturo siya about it. Yes, on how you start about it. Parang,
kaya nga kung kunwari bumalik na pag nakakaramdam na tayo, na malapit na tayo bumalik sa
normal.
Nasa new normal, we're not going back na nga eh.
Oo.
He is very much willing to accommodate those who want to try a business in the travel and tours. Ella, naisip mo kung ano pwede niyang help sa Feminine Genius?
Yun ma'am, sa livelihood siguro on how to sell. Kasi 'di ba may mga ino-offer siyang ganon on how to sell. So turuan natin yung mga walang work talaga on the business perspective na pagdating naman sa travel and tours, parang magbebenta ng ticket.
Yeah, magpaturo tayo kay Grace ng digital marketing.
Yun.
Kasi nag-aral siya sa University.
Nag-aral siya, tama.
Oo.
Gusto ko na din matutunan yung digital marketing. Ayan, sabi ni Ma'am Kat. Maganda yan. May napanood pala ako, Ma'am Ria. Parang hawig si Ma'am Grace doon yung napanood ko na commercial kanina ng isang channel. Hindi ko matandaan yung channel na pinanood ko. Ang tawag sa kanila, mompreneur, ayan. Parang ang dating ng mga mami na mga mami na yon. Actually, sila yung dinidiscuss nila, ma'am, kung paano naman yung mga mami tutulungan na alam mo yun, sa panahon ngayon na stand out yung mga products naman, ma'am, online. Yan yung kanilang inaasikaso. Kaya, parang one thing na natutunan ko doon sa napanood ko kanina, napaka-quick lang. Merong isang mami na fini-feature sila na parang nagaganchilyo, yung gano'n. So dahil nga hindi masyadong mabenta yung yung product niya, tinulungan nilang mag-stand out yung product. And luckily, dahil sa help nila, yung mami na yon, gumawa siya ng parang face mask, ma'am, pero ganchilyo nga. Alam mo yung ganchilyo, ma'am? Yung mano-manong ginagawa.
I know.
Oo, tapos talagang nag-stand out yung product niya. Ang dami niyang mga nagawang mga face mask. Tapos, yung iba para sa mall. Ang ganda. Sabi ko, Ganun pala yung concept nila, ma'am, alam mo ba? Bagay na bagay sa channel natin. Tsaka kailangan mong
We just wait kasi we wait for the launching
for
muna ng
feminine
Piety and
genius.
Devotion, and then
Yes.
the rest of the others. We will come into that. Sige, madami naman tayo pwedeng paturo kay Grace. Like, we may ask Grace to help us do yoga.
Wow.
We may
Like it.
ask Grace to help us. Yun, the digital, Kasi parang, ako pansin ko kay Grace, magaling yung family nila sa video editing. So, baka maturuan tayo sa mga ganun dahil kasi mga YouTubers, di ba? Is into digital.
Yes.
All right. So,
Thank you sa inyo.
Thank you sa lahat. So, it's been a wonderful Saturday. By the way, guys, kung napapansin nyo, yung mga pinipicture natin are all about related to pandemic, no? Last week, we featured about food is essential. So, nakita nyo naman yung mga feature natin na nagkaroon ng business because of a pandemic. Diba? Si Steph, no? Diba? Oo, nag-start muna siya sa condo lang. Oo. And then how we strive. Tapos si Macria. Yung business niya na mas lumakas, nag-triple dahil sa pandemic. And then, now naman, it's tourism because we know was badly hit, no? At least we have a glimpse of what those people in the tourism are now doing para lang, alam mo, para lang malibang-libang nila yung mga agents nila, di ba? Yung mga ino-offer nila, the virtual tour, the PH Travel Marketplace, and the webinars, no? So that's, next week, frontliners tayo, Ella.
Okay, wow.
Frontliners. Ang hindi ko lang mapangako yung backliner eh. Kasi the backliner are those involved in the dead ones, no? Hindi ko lang, masarap din kasi na kausapin eh. Kasi yung, actually yung mga backliners, even before COVID, sila talaga isa sa mga pinakamalakas ang kita na business. Even before the pandemic. Mga backliners, I hope I really can get a backliner. Okay, so,
pero niyan, ikaw pa, ma'am.
Okay na natin. Frontliner and backliner, okay? So, thank you, everyone.
Thank you
to
all of you.
Stay safe. Stay safe po sa lahat. Thank you. Thank you for always supporting. Bye-bye, Ella.
Bye, ma'am. Bye, Ma'am Kat. Bye, Sis Chofi, and to all of you.
Yeah. Sa lahat, sa atin pang, marami pa sila eh.
Marami sila, ma'am. Oo. Gutom na si Ma'am Ria.
Gutom na.
1,
2,
3.
Good night, everyone. Stay safe.
Good night.